Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live from the Hulu Theater at Madison Square Garden in New York City for the 2022 PFL World Championships. It is MMA's richest night of the year with $6 million and 6 world titles all on the line. We begin our night in the lightweight amateur showcase bout. Introducing first in the blue corner, he is a striker, standing at 6 feet 2 inches tall. He weighed in at 154 3/4 pounds. With 4 victories opposite of 4 defeats, including 1 win by knockout. Fighting out of Denver, Colorado, here is Tom Gracer. And now introducing his opponents in the red corner. He is a striker standing at 5 feet 10 inches tall. He weighed in at 154 3/4 pounds. His record stands at 1 victory and 1 defeat as an amateur with 1 win by knockout. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, making his PFL debut, here is Biaggio Ali Walsh. And the referee in charge is Keith Peterson.
Keith Peterson to oversee the action. There is Tom Gracer in the blue corner with the black and gray trunks. Biaggio Ali Walsh in the red. Sean O'Connell, Kenny Florian, Randy Couture, cage side. Championship night begins with a touch of the gloves and a low kick from Ali. Oh! Nice right hand landed. And a jab as well. And a right hand. Ali Walsh getting off early here, Randy.
Very nice straight punches, good combinations. Started with that low calf kick and finished off with a couple of really nice combinations.
Yeah, and everything's coming off that lead left hand.
Little blood on the hairline already of Tom Gracer. Ali Walsh goes to work on the low leg again. Push kick knocks Gracer down.
Yeah, Gracer's hurt right now. Can't find his range. Ali Walsh all over him right now.
Another right hand lands for Ali Walsh. Excellent combinations.
Oh! Right hand.
That's it.
That'll do it!
Biaggio Ali Walsh
Nice.
unleashes hell on Tom Gracer.
Yeah, that was a nasty right hand.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 45 seconds of round number 1. For your winner by knockout, Biaggio Ali Walsh.
Tom, thank you so much, brother. Hey, I was talking to you a little bit. I love what you do. I love it.
Just some nasty striking there, Randy, from Biaggio Ali Walsh. Started off the fight very sharp. That left hook, right hand, right off the bat that stunned Gracer, backed him up, and the pressure continued. It was just shot after shot. Just a beautiful right hand that dropped Gracer and ended the night for him.
And he started it with the kick, which tells me right away he's making a statement. I am not just a boxer, I'm a mixed martial artist.
And Sean is in the smart cage with our winner, Biaggio Ali Walsh. Sean?
All right, thank you, Randy and Kenny. I'm here with the winner in his PFL amateur debut, Biaggio Ali Walsh. And one of the conversations we've been having about you is there's a lot of pressure that comes with the name Ali. There's a lot of pressure that comes with the expectation of walking into the smart cage for the first time. Did you feel any pressure? Because it didn't really look like it with that performance.
100%. You know, the pressure, it's going to be there. But, you know, I talk to myself a lot. I meditate. I visualize. There's certain things I do to deal with that pressure, you know. It's going to always be there. And I think I handle it pretty well, though.
I think you handled it pretty well, too. We got to watch your handiwork here on the monitor. You saw those combinations landing in the right hand. You had him in trouble early. You cut him early. Did you know that you were going to get this done in the first round?
I wanted to, but anything can happen in a fight. So whether it's the first, second, or third round, it doesn't matter. You know, I just want to get the win.
We'll take one more look at it here. Walk me through your thought process as you're landing these punches.
I'm trying to hurt him. You know, he's trying to hurt me. You know, I'm trying to do the same thing. So, yeah, you know, after I wrapped my hands, I felt my gloves. I'm like, man, these feel like bricks. So if it connects, you know, it's gonna hurt.
And it did. The walk-off, too. You know, for a guy who's only 1-1 in the like, you look very, very comfortable here inside the smart cage. So what's next?
I don't know what's next. You know, I'm still an amateur. I'm 1-1 right now. My biggest thing is just getting fight after fight after fight after fight. I want to get that experience, you know, and then whenever I'm ready to turn pro, I'll turn pro.
Congratulations on a successful PFL debut.
Thank you again.
Biaggio Ali Walsh.
Ladies and gentlemen, we continue the action in the PFL Smart Cage for a women's flyweight showcase bout. Introducing first in the blue corner, she is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu specialist standing at 5 feet 7 inches tall. She weighed in at 124 1/4 pounds. She stands undefeated with 3 victories coming by way of stoppage. Fighting out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, here is Katherine, the Animal Corogenes. And now introducing her opponent in the red corner, she is a Muay Thai specialist standing 5 feet 8 inches tall. She weighed in at 125 1/2 pounds. Her record also undefeated at 6 victories, including 5 wins by knockout. Fighting out of Manchester, England, here is dangerous Dakota Ditcheva. Your referee in charge, Dan Mergliata.
Corogenes in the gray, Ditcheva in the red, 125-pound showcase bout. Overseen by Dan Mergliata.
You ready? Let's go, fight.
No touch of the gloves, and we are underway. Ditcheva switches stances after that kick attempt. Back to the southpaw. Now Orthodox will see her switch back and forth throughout this fight. Corogenes steps in behind the right hand there, not able to catch hold of Dakota Ditcheva.
And Corogenes just needs to be careful getting that chin way too high up in the air. She needs to be able to tuck that chin. Dakota will definitely find it.
Front kicks again from Dakota Ditcheva. Her PFL debut featured a lot of clinch work so far, all out from distance. Oh, right hand. And there's the clinch.
And it's going to be a battle of 2 types of clinches. Corogenes, of course, looking for the takedown. Ditcheva will look to stay in this clinch and try to set up knees to the body and shots upstairs with her punches.
Fingers out of the cage. Very good. Move away.
Ditcheva has relocated her camp to Coconut Creek. American top team Conan Silveira is in her corner, as is her brother, an accomplished kickboxer himself, Cody Ditchev.
Might breathe it together for her. Might breathe in there. Yes. She don't want to get it. She wants to get it.
This is where Corogenes wants this fight, Randy. Pressed up against the cage, her kind of initiating these clinches.
Absolutely, and I'm not surprised to see her try to get to this position, especially after all the front kicks she took so far in this round. See if she can try and find a way to get this fight to the ground. Ditcheva doing a good job of staying inside, repummeling, staying on that body, which is exactly where she wants to be in that Muay Thai clinch.
Yeah, Ditcheva doing a great job of getting those underhooks as well. Now trying to push the arm, and she will land knees with the quickness. Saw in her last fight dropping her opponent with a knee to the body, finishing the fight. Here she is on top.
Work to the combination. Don't get stressed.
Trying to decide if Ditcheva started that takedown and put this fight on the ground.
Hammer fist here in front of our broadcast position, coming from the left hand of Dakota Ditcheva. Now Corogenes is able to recover a guard.
Yeah, and Dakota feels that, you know, her ground game is vastly underrated. She's been working very hard on that.
Yes, very good. Watch the arm. Very good.
Sweep attempt there from Corogenes.
Yeah, it looks like she was either trying to go for a sweep or an arm lock attempt, and Dakota did a good job of getting that shin pin there.
More hammer fist from the top. Ditchev steps out. Goes to work on the legs of Katherine Corogenes.
Nice long levers on Ditcheva. She uses them great. That teep is awesome to keep like a jab. And even on the ground, she stays postured and uses those long arms and long legs to her advantage.
Stands Katherine Corogenes up, back to the center of the smart cage.
Yeah, 100%, Randy. And not only do those front kicks to the body hurt and take the energy out of you, but it also sets up shots upstairs with roundhouse kicks.
Take a look inside the red corner of Dakota Ditcheva.
Very good kick.
In and out, in and out.
Who's the cage? Who's the cage? Who's the cage? Very good. Move away.
Circle. Yeah, yes.
Nice work by Katherine Corogenes to catch one of those front kicks from Dakota Ditcheva, but then excellent counter wrestling from Ditcheva to pummel in.
Yeah, great job with the balance, keeping this on the feet, and doing a great job of pummeling in and getting chest to chest. Look for her to circle towards that underhook and find a way to trade places. Corogenes now. Corogenes doing a great job of staying, keeping her back against the fence.
There's a club and a right hand.
Big one.
Dakota Ditcheva, right hand and a hammer fist. Another knockout for Dakota Ditcheva.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 4 minutes and 20 seconds of round number 1. For your winner by knockout, dangerous, Dakota Ditcheva.
All right, I'm here with our winner, Dakota Ditcheva, a first round knockout victory. Kind of a repeat performance what we saw from you in London. You grab the tie clinch, you land the knee, the right hand ends up putting her away. How did it feel in there tonight?
Oh, that feels good. You know what? I woke up this morning and the first thing I saw on my phone was an interview she did about crushing my dreams. Let me tell you one thing. This hype train stops for nobody. I don't care who you are. This hype train will keep rolling. Just keep bringing them to me one by one. And like Brendan said, I woke up this morning and I'll choose violence every single day.
Well, let's talk about that hype train because it's rolling now into 2023. You're expected, obviously, to be part of the Professional Fighters League plans, big plans for you in 2023. This win and the opportunity coming for you next year, what does it mean?
This is massive. I just want to say a massive thank you to PFL because I honestly feel like I'm in a movie sometimes, like being in New York this week and being able to come back and compete and make my US debut and go out with a win like that. Just thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, and I can't wait to kickstart PFL Europe next year because you guys are doing amazing things for us fighters, so thank you so much.
But we'll take a look at the replay here. I want you to walk me through this sequence as you do your handiwork.
I don't actually remember it. Drop the knee, yeah. I knew she felt that knee straight away, and then the boxing I do with Gabriel at ATT, that right hand straight away. He tells me how much power's in that right hand every session, and I'm starting to believe it myself now. My first knockout as well, so woo!
You put her all the way out. Now, still to come tonight, your fellow countryman, you referenced Brendan Loughnane. He's fighting for a 145-pound world championship and $1 million. Can you give me a prediction on our co-main event?
Brendan is bringing it home! Woo! Come on, Brendan!
Dakota Ditcheva, 2-0 now inside the PFL Smart Cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, the action continues in the PFL Smart Cage in a catchweight showcase bout. Introducing first in the blue corner, he is a BJJ specialist standing at 5 feet 8 inches tall. He weighed in at 174 1/2 pounds. His record stands 37 victories, opposite 16 defeats with 19 wins by stoppage. Fighting out of Tibau, Rio Grande do Norte, Brazil, here is Gleison Tibau. And now introducing his opponent in the red corner. He is a wrestler, standing at 6 feet 1 inch tall. He weighed in at 175 3/4 pounds. His record stands 29 victories, opposite of 6 defeats with 20 wins by way of stoppage. Fighting out of Coconut Creek, Florida by way of Dagestan, he is the 2018 PFL welterweight champion, Magomedkerimov. The referee in charge, Brian Miner.
Brian Miner equipped with our ref cam. He can take us up close inside the PFL Smart Cage. Magomedkerimov in the blue trunks, Gleison Tibau in the gray.
Ready? Come on, fight.
Touch of the gloves and a little hug to start things out. Tibau in the southpaw stance. Kenny Florian, you've got young children. Would you send them to a preschool run by Magomedkerimov?
I'm gonna have to see a flyer or two first, I'll be honest. But great to hear that he is doing that and investing in education over there. But for Maga, this is a guy who's extremely fast, and he's so good at getting in and getting out, and also utilizing his punches to go right into a takedown. So watch for that here.
Landed a sharp little jab there. Maga with a blitz. Right hand bounces off the forehead and guard of Gleison Tibau. Crazy to think. Almost 90 professional mixed martial arts fights between these two men.
That's a lot of experience. Unbelievable. Tibau's one of those solid performances. Hard to get off the spot, hard to get him out of position at all, in any position.
Yeah, I think for Tibau, I don't think he wants to be going backwards here against Maga too much. I think he needs to lead the dance and back up Maga here where he can hit a takedown up against the cage.
Later tonight, actually our first title bout will feature that man you can see getting some stretching going. Robert Wilkinson has had a perfect PFL season so far. He'll look to stay perfect in his pursuit of a belt and $1 million. Could potentially be our first champion from Australia.
I agree with you, Kenny. I'd like to see Tibau close the distance, make him clinch, make him carry his weight and struggle a little bit there. Of all the times when you see Magomedkerimov, he looks a little softer in this fight. I think that catch weight, he enjoyed that catch weight a little bit.
Yeah. Tibau not really known for his counter striking, but he is very good when he's moving forward, he's pressuring his opponent, and he's cutting off the cage. I think this bodes well for Maga, who gets to lead the dance, pick and choose when he engages, and utilize that speed advantage there.
Right hand partially lands again for Maga, not able to follow it up. He's out of the way before Tibau can counter.
Yeah, so quick at getting in and out. Maga starting to attack the body of Tibau, try to drop those hands.
There's a combo. Oh. Good left hand from Tibau.
Yeah, not a bad counter strike actually there from Tibau. Nice left hand.
He heard you saying he's not known.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, I'll make a
Shut up, Florian, watch this.
And with that level of experience, 53 pro fights, he probably does have the kind of wherewithal in there to be listening to everything. Certainly takes coaching in from the corner. 90 seconds remain in the first round. Hey, look at that. Tyron Woodley's stopping by on the biggest night in mixed martial arts. T. Wood, what do you think so far?
Man, so far so good. I know Gleison Tibau very well. Training partner at American Top Team. He's very, very strong. Very hard to take down, as you can see right there. And he just stays around for a while, no matter what. Notice he gets on a fight, he's always game, he's always durable, and looking for that one submission, that one rear naked choke to get the fight done.
Tyron Woodley, you got 6 world title fights coming up exclusively on ESPN Plus pay-per-view. Which one of those bouts are you most looking forward to?
You know, I like the Bubba Jenkins fight. I like the Kayla Harrison fight. Kayla's so dominant, it's hard not to want to support her and want to watch her fight. A rematch is always the difficult fight to do because you got the ability to watch film, go and fix the mistakes she made the first time around. So her opponent is a win-win situation. Larissa has to go out there and just really utilize her striking and try to make it ugly.
All right, good to know T. Wood is watching from home. 20 seconds remain in the first round. Magomedkerimov and Gleison Tibau. This fight has happened on the feet so far.
T. Wood's beard looking epic, Sean, huh?
We will see our second round of the night when we return on ESPN Plus. Magomedkerimov, former welterweight champion, and Gleison Tibau squaring off. This the beginning of the second round. 5 more minutes potentially in the second frame. Tibau once again in his southpaw stance. Tibau's able to get him down to the ground momentarily, but right back to his feet. Magomedkerimov.
Yeah, and I like this approach. He is moving forward. He is backing up Maga up against the key.
Yeah, making Maga scramble, making him sprawl, making him counter that takedown attempt. Get him to spend some gas. Take some speed out of him.
For those who don't know the history of Magomedkerimov, season 1 champion. He then lost in a rematch, a world title rematch to Ray Cooper III. So he's been a champion and a runner-up. He's had issues with the visas and actually only had one opportunity to earn points in an effort to make a postseason. He's got a win over Dilano Taylor this year. Dilano Taylor is fighting for a world title against Sadibou tonight. So Maga is very much a factor in the PFL welterweight division.
I think he's an amazing welterweight. Really can do it all when he's putting it all together. He's so tough to beat, so quick, so smart, and really has had a lot of bad luck with his visa.
I showed you Robert Wilkinson earlier. There's his opponent, Omari Akhmedov. Our first world title bout tonight will take place in the light heavyweight division. Omari versus Wilkinson.
There seems like there's a flood of Dagestanis. That's the guy that started that flood right there, Omari Akhmedov.
A lot of experience, but still yet to have a gold belt around his waist. Has not yet been a major promotion world champion. He has that opportunity for the first time tonight. Back and forth we go inside the smart cage. Maga in the blue trunks. And Gleison Tibau in the gray. There's our Corogenes fight tracker. You can see Maga has taken control of the center of our smart cage for the most part. Nice shot to the body. Right hand goes downstairs.
That's been the best punch for Gleison Tibau right there, that left hand.
Tibau down to his knees. Looked like a short right from Magomedkerimov. Snuck around the guard a little bit.
Not sure if Tibau was trying to find a way to get in, to penetrate, to close the distance or shoot, but it was confusing.
Yeah, it looked like Maga caught him off balance when he was trying to level change there, Randy.
Oh, combinations. Magomedkerimov throws her.
Yeah, I think that's been the difference on the feet, Randy, for sure. You know, Maga putting together combinations. Tibau really just looking for that one big shot, particularly that left hand down the middle. It's a powerful shot, but needs to do more and put together combinations.
And the right hand that Magomedkerimov landed at the end of that combination has started to close the right eye of Gleison Tibau. You see the swelling there underneath the right eye. There's OAM. Olivier Aubin-Mercier will be part of our lightweight championship bout later on ESPN Plus pay-per-view. ESPNplus.com/PFL, excuse me. Click buy now to get that pay-per-view card. 6 world title fights. It's been a good round for Maga, as you see the live odds swinging in his favor down at the bottom of your screen.
Yeah, and you see that right eye of Tibau really swelling up now.
Footwork, angles, pressure, shot selection. Magomedkerimov showing it all tonight. He did a great job.
There's that left hand again from Gleison Tibau. Compromises the balance at least of Magomedkerimov. This time it's Maga changing levels and grabbing the underhooks. Tibau shrugs that off. Final few seconds of round number 2. We will see a third frame when we return on ESPN Plus. Third and final round here in this catchweight bout between Magomedkerimov and Gleison Tibau. Tibau is the guy who built exactly like me in the gray trunk. 39 years of age, and Gleison Tibau not really showing signs of it at this point.
No, he looks like the Incredible Hulk.
As I said, built a lot like me, Kenny. There he's in.
Look at this!
Single attempt by Tibau. Scramble by Magomedkerimov. Nice job by Kerimov to get back to his feet, circle into that underhook.
And that's the high-level mixed martial arts we expected to see in this fight, Randy. Great wrestling from Tibau, is able to get in, shows his strength, elevates Magomedkerimov and puts him down, and then, of course, Maga with the scramble to get right back to his feet.
Yeah, Tibau very close to securing the back of Magomedkerimov, but Maga excellent at scrambling, very good at wrestling himself.
Magomedkerimov so far has been able to stifle the efforts of Gleison Tibau. Live odds now at minus 1,700 in favor of the Dagestani.
Yeah, and Maga, it seems like he's starting to increase the pressure a little bit. I think he took that takedown personally.
Tibau still very dangerous with that powerful left hand. Maga's got a chin. Up next on our undercard, Nathan Schulte, a 2-time lightweight champion, as the action heats up with Maga trying to pursue a takedown there. Nathan Schulte, not a one-time champion. The first 2 seasons, he took home $1 million and a lightweight belt. He's looking to get back to his winning ways against Jeremy Lil Heathen Stevens. He says this fight is important for his career. He's not wrong.
Oh, and both him and Jeremy, they only know how to fight one way, and they're so exciting. I can't wait for that fight.
Round 3 halfway gone. Magomedkerimov continues to pursue Gleison Tibau. Another right hand to the body. Back upstairs with the same right hand.
Maga's got to be careful when he dips down and ducks out there. He can get susceptible to that left roundhouse kick from Tibau.
Take a listen inside the blue corner. Pumpa.
Direto jab, Tibau.
Direct
Direto
jab.
aí, agora a mão da frente.
All right, front hand.
Ele vai botar você na grade para descansar.
He's going to put you against the cage to rest. 1:40 to go.
Roda, roda pro lado, roda pro lado.
Turn around.
Pega no Christian, roda pro lado.
Turn around, clinch him, and turn around with your right hand. Let's go.
Não fica aí.
Don't stay there.
Minuto e meio, Casinho.
A minute 30 to go.
Minuto e meio, Tibau.
A minute 30, Tibau.
Legendary coaches from American Top Team. Actually, both of these guys. When Maga is stateside, he does train at American Top Team. These two men know each other very well. 1 more minute for Gleison Tibau to try and make something happen in this catchweight showcase. Stuffs the takedown there. Good sprawl from Gleison Tibau.
Tibau's takedown defense is so good. Been holding up here against a very good wrestler here in Magomedkerimov.
You're like trying to take down a fire hydrant.
Oh.
Rock solid Gleison Tibau, but not really able to get enough offensively to really mount any momentum or get things going in this fight. Good change in direction there from Maga.
Very, very good change of direction.
Spinning back fist misses for Gleison Tibau.
All 3 judges are in agreement, 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision, Magomedkerimov. Ladies and gentlemen, the action continues in the PFL Smart Cage in a lightweight showcase contest. Introducing first, in the blue corner, he is a mixed martial artist standing at 5 feet 9 inches tall. He weighed in at 155 3/4 pounds. His record stands 29 victories, 20 defeats, and 1 no contest, with 21 coming by way of stoppage. Fighting out of San Diego, California, here is the hard-hitting Jeremy Lil Heathen Stevens. And now introducing his opponent in the red corner, he is a judo specialist standing at 5 feet 10 inches tall. He weighed in at 155 1/2 pounds. His record stands 22 victories, opposite of 5 defeats and 1 draw. His record stands with 13 stoppage victories. Fighting out of Joinville, Brazil, he is a 2-time PFL lightweight champion, Natan Russo. The referee in charge, Dan Mergliata.
Dan Mergliata will oversee the action. Natan Schultz in the red trunks. Jeremy Stevens in the black and gray. Brazil versus USA.
Let's go.
Both men looking to impress the fans and the bosses. And just as we thought, they get right to it. Schultz tests out a high kick.
Yeah, not much filling out process.
No.
Right into it.
Yeah, these guys will stand right in front of each other. You see Jeremy Stevens going for those calf kicks straight away.
Schultz there with a shot, gets in, grabs the hips, and puts Jeremy Stevens down. Maybe didn't like the right hand that landed from Stevens, Randy.
Yeah, very nice. And level change, and nice job following through, getting to the hips, and putting Stevens on his back.
Yeah, Natan Schultz has excellent takedowns, good ground control as well. Very well known for his arm triangle. Stevens is going to have to watch out for that.
Slick little judo trips he implements in there too.
Yes.
Put you on the deck and make you wonder, how did he do that?
That's actually been the difference. Several
arm
fights.
triangle
Here he sets up a shoulder choke.
Yeah, there's an attempt for a katagatame, and it's dangerous. If Schulte can pass his body on the other side, he might be able to seal the deal.
Yeah, and sometimes you can even finish from that side, but he's already trying to get out and around the legs. He's going to try to get to the right side of the body from Stevens. You see the elbow get a little bit too high, and this is going to get tight here, guys. This could be a finish for Natan Schultz.
Oh yeah, and he's
fighting it. He's getting into position here. He's going to lower his shoulder and get it in position.
Yep, this is going to be it. He's getting super tight. He's lowering that shoulder, If he can get that shoulder a little bit lower than the chin of Jeremy Stephens and sink his body weight a little bit lower, he can finish this. But also, you'll see Jeremy Stephens trying to pull that shoulder out of position.
Jeremy trying to get that hand in, almost like he's talking on his phone. That gives him some space and lets some blood flow continue to his head.
George St. Pierre, looks like Schulte has decided he's going to leave that leg in half guard.
Yeah.
Is that how you like to finish this, or you step all the way out?
Well, everybody has different ways of finishing it, but Schulte is from a judo background, and we know that judo athletes are very, very strong, you know what I mean? So he might not have to pass all the way on the other side. And now that there's something that can happen here. Now we see that Schulte is spending a lot of energy squeezing him. And if he does not finish, he could maybe get himself tired, you know? But now Steven look like he's in trouble right now.
Buys himself a little more room.
No, he gives us the out.
Nope. Russo trying to pull him back in.
Stephens escapes trouble for a minute, taking a few deep breaths, letting the blood rush back into his head. One thing that's always been true with Jeremy Stephens, if you want to put him away, you really have to put him away.
Yeah, he fights like he's ready to die.
He's got to survive the next 2 minutes here as another squeeze from Nathan Schulte makes it tough.
And this is a much better position for him here as he looks away, but he does give up the back in this process.
Complete domination by Schulte so far.
Yeah, showing excellent ground control here. Has one hook, now trying to pound away, chip away until he can get that second hook for control.
What Steven could do right now, if I were in his position, now he goes back on his back, but when he was on his knees, maybe he should try to reach the fence and try to use the fence to climb back up on his feet. And now he can do it, but he needs to be careful to not give his neck.
Yeah, and the fence acts as a nice block there as well, George, right?
Absolutely.
Jeremy Stephens heeding the advice of George St. Pierre here in our broadcast position. I don't think he can hear you all the way over there, but it's like he was listening to you.
Well, it's easy to provide advice, but it's hard to do it.
Rear naked attempt here.
Oh, that looks tight. As
got it in deep.
See Stephens looking toward the left elbow, trying to give himself just a little bit of space.
This is the most ground fighting we've seen Nathan Schulte do in any of his fights.
What a resilience by Stephens. Like, he showcased an incredible defense against the chokes so far.
Yeah, 100%. He's a survivor, doing a good job of hanging in there. But Nathan Schulte really fighting a very smart fight, the smartest fight I've seen in a long, long time.
Back to his feet, Jeremy Stephens will not go away, and the right hand comes, uppercuts, and a one around the guard of Nathan Schulte. Now Stephens grabs the clinch. Lil Heathen says, I'm not done yet. Round two when we return. Welcome back, PFL fight fans, to the second round of this showcase bout between Lil Heathen and the former two-time lightweight champion here in the Professional Fighters League, Nathan Schulte.
Yeah, and George, our friend George St. Pierre over here made a great point that how efficient was Nathan Schulte in that process of choking him? Did he tire himself out in that process, Sean?
There's one thing that can happen, and I don't know if you agree with me. Like now, Schulte just scored another takedown, but I was thinking before that, I was like, maybe that could play a part on the mental game, because Schulte may have put so much energy trying to finish Steven, and Steven shows so much resilience resisting it. He defended at his last base of defense, sort of. You know what I mean? That's not how we teach 101 defense, because it's very risky, but he did. So we'll see how this thing gonna play out now.
Here's a pass from Nathan Schulte.
He tries to get back in the mount.
And Kenny mentioned in round one, Randy, but this is a very smart game plan from Nathan Schulte. We've seen him get into firefights and exchange before. Doesn't seem like the American top team coaches wanted him to do that with Jeremy Stephens.
I think everybody's seen Jeremy Stephens knock some folks out, and you do not want to trot forward and stand around in front of him. This isn't Chris Wade. This isn't one of these guys that you can take a plethora of punches to the face from.
Yeah, you don't want to be involved into a slugfest with Jeremy Stevens. That's a bad strategy.
That's what I was kind of hoping to see, so I'm a little disappointed.
I've seen him put guys to sleep at 170 pounds. That's the kind of power that Jeremy Stevens carries.
Oh, that's much tighter
Arm
now.
triangle now. He can slide off.
Much tighter.
Matheus Schulte's second round submission victory over Jeremy Stevens.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 1 minute and 32 seconds of round number 2. For your winner, due to arm triangle choke, Natan Russo Schulte. Ladies and gentlemen, the action continues in the PFL Smart Cage in a featherweight showcase bout. Introducing first in the blue corner, he stands a striker standing at 5 feet 8 inches tall. He weighed in at 145 3/4 pounds. With 14 victories, opposite of 6 defeats, with 7 wins by stoppage. Fighting out of Niterói, Brazil, here is Sheymon Moraes. And now introducing his opponent across the cage in the red corner. He is a striker standing at 5 feet 6 inches tall. He weighed in at 146 pounds. With 23 victories, opposite of 10 defeats and 1 draw, with 16 wins coming by way of stoppage. Fighting out of Parkland, Florida, here is Magic Marlon Moraes. And the referee in charge is Brian Miner.
Miner is equipped with our referee cam. He'll take us inside the smart cage for an up-close look at the action. Sheymon Moraes in the gray trunks, Marlon Moraes in the green. 145-pound showcase bout. Frankie Edgar here beside the smart cage with us. Randy Couture, Kenny Florian, and Sean O'Connell, your normal broadcast crew, being joined throughout the night by some absolute legends.
Frankie, I know you spent a lot of hours in the gym with Marlon Moraes. What makes him so dangerous as a fighter?
His explosiveness. He's probably the most explosive guy I've ever trained against. You never know what's coming. He throws many different angles, and he's probably the most athletic guy, out there.
Randy, what's the mentality have to be for Marlon Moraes? He's trying to get off of a pretty serious losing skid.
I think Marlon has to put the past in the past and just focus on now, here, in the moment, go out there and do what he's trained to do for this fight.
He just landed a nice hook. Sheymon Moraes.
Oh, interesting.
Beautiful
level
takedown
change.
there.
Almost, yeah, level change, and he threw the right hand at the same time.
Kind of changes right to a nice knee pick.
Like an overhand and a knee pick almost at the same time. Right after he grabbed that knee, he threw the overhand, and Sheymon Moraes didn't know what to do with it. Ends up on his back here.
Yeah, we always used to in the gym tell Marlon to shoot more, wrestle more. You can't see, he was so explosive, it's so hard to see it coming. Level change, boom, he'd be in before you know it.
That's beautiful. He has very good positioning here now in half guard. Now trying to climb through the legs there and pass into side control to advance his position. He's got that shin pin with his right leg so far. Sheymon trying to stay calm, trying to look for some underhooks, trying to frame away. Marlon very tight though.
All right, Frankie, you're not really supposed to corner from the broadcaster's table, but go ahead. How are you coaching Marlon Moraes in this situation?
Yeah, I know when he trained with us, this is a position that Ricardo Almeida went over, extensively. This half guard position. Definitely put a lot of pressure, good ground and pound spot, control the guy's hips, and have your hands free. That's why I love the half guard position.
I was there too, same as you. I love that half guard position. Gave me something to anchor myself to that guy and free me for posturing and pounding.
Exactly.
Sheymon's able to work his way back to his feet. Marlon retakes the center of the smart cage. Big right hand misses for Marlon.
If I had hair, it would have moved on that one. That was a big one.
He is so fast. Mixes it up very well. Nice left hook there by Marlon.
And another, you see the The redness showing on the right side of Sheymon Moraes' face as Marlon has landed that left hand several times already in this fight with 2 minutes left in round number 1.
And Marlon is such a great starter. And Sheymon can take a little while to speed up and get his rhythm out there. Marlon off to a great start yet again.
I do like how Marlon's being patient. He's definitely not pushing too much, kind of keeping his composure.
And Sheymon has to use that jab and that teep and keep that distance. He's the longer fighter. He's got to play longer against such an explosive opponent.
And Marlon was very excited to be fighting at 145 pounds. He feels like he's going to have all his energy. He's going to be stronger. And we're seeing that. I mean, his speed advantage is significant here. Beautiful overhand right there. Oh.
Marlon Moraes is looking incredibly sharp here. There's Delano Taylor. He'll be half of our welterweight world championship. Started his PFL season on the Challenger Series, and now he's here with an opportunity for $1 million. That right eye is closing up on Sheymon Moraes.
Yeah, those left hooks are taking its toll.
Frankie, how do you stop a guy if he's leading the dance, like Marlon?
You gotta try to start first or punch in between the punches, which it takes some courage to do that, especially with a guy like Marlon coming that fast and hard.
Oh, that looked like it stumbled Sheymon a little bit. Again, I don't think he's seeing that left hook at all, guys.
Yeah.
Another big swing and a miss from Marlon Moraes. Final few seconds of this first round. Impressive for Marlon. Welcome back, PFL fight fans. 6 world title fights still to come on our main card on ESPN Plus. The final showcase bout here exclusively on ESPN Plus. Sheymon Moraes and Marlon Moraes, and Marlon starts hot again here in round number 2. You see the fighter performance rating score favoring Marlon in that first round. Nice body shot from Sheymon, but he eats another hook from Marlon. Dan Hardy joining us from London. What do you think of this featherweight bout?
I'm enjoying it, you know. I'm seeing Marlon Moraes being a little bit more cautious, making better decisions, especially in that first round. You know, adding in some takedowns, keeping his opponent guessing. I've been very impressed with him so far. I think he's found his mojo again.
Well, since the furious pace has settled into a little bit of a guard here, let me ask you, which of our pay-per-view bouts coming up on ESPN Plus pay-per-view you're most looking forward to?
I mean, we're kind of spoiled for choice, but my preference, of course, is Loughnane against Jenkins. I think it's a very evenly matched fight. I think both of them have got a lot of belief in themselves coming into this one. I think Brendan looks like he's in fantastic shape. I think Jenkins feels like he's got the wrestling to be able to control him and choke him out. That, for me, is the closest match fight on the main card, and I think the most intriguing.
Yeah, a little USA versus UK matchup in that featherweight world championship. Dan, what happened on the soccer pitch today?
I don't pay attention to that. Unless people are getting punched in the face, I don't tend to.
Attaboy, Danny, attaboy.
Dan Hardy is a purist, if nothing else. Thanks, Dan. We'll be checking in throughout the night with Dan Hardy. I'm starting to feel a little self-conscious that everyone who's appearing on camera, I'm like the worst fighter out of everyone. You know?
Oh, please. It's Mr. $1 Million over here.
Yeah, that's nothing to complain about.
Thank you, Kenny. That's what I was fishing.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you so
feel better.
You know me so well, Kenny.
Your belt's just right under the table. It's fine.
Marlon Moraes on top for the majority of this round after landing effective strikes to boot. What did you know about his game plan coming into this, Frankie Edgar?
I didn't know anything, honestly. And I just knew he was going to come, you know, looking to bounce back and get to his winning ways. So this is a great opportunity for him.
So far, so good for Marlon.
I think Sheymon's got to get his legs back in this fight. He's got to create some space, try and create a scramble, try and get back on his feet and get things swinging in his direction. He can't afford to give away this round, and if he spends the rest of his round on his back, that's exactly what he's done.
I think Marlon's fighting very smart. He's staying very composed. He's efficient. He's pacing himself in this fight. For Sheymon, I think he needs to get to the clinch. I think his knees, his shots in tight, his body shots is where he needs to take this fight. Because right now, he's allowed Marlon Moraes to really dictate the pace of this fight.
You see the live odds swinging heavily in the favor of Marlon Moraes, the former World Series of Fighting champ, making his PFL debut. There's Robert Wilkinson. The Aussie hailing from Tasmania has been perfect so far inside the smart cage this year. Looking to cap off.
Sheymon trying to use the fence to get back up.
And he does so, back to his feet. Can he make anything happen in the final 90 seconds of round number 2? That's the question.
And those are the things that are also going to make you tired. Yes, he worked his way back to his feet, but he is carrying the body weight of Marlon. Has to use his legs to kind of push off, get back to his feet. That's going to get him a little bit more tired as well. Nice shot there by Marlon. Timed it beautifully.
Yeah. Frankie, is Marlon Moraes one of those guys that if you let him build confidence during the round, you're just digging yourself a hole?
Yeah,
that's what it looks like.
Boulder, pushing the boulder down the hill. Once it gets moving, it's hard to stop.
Oh, nice, the level change. Tried to trip. Nice job by Sheymon to move his feet and find the cage to stay up.
Good defensive work for now for Sheymon Moraes. Wow.
Nice work on Marlon Moraes.
Yeah, his wrestling really looking sharp tonight.
Can't emphasize enough how important this fight is for Marlon Moraes' career. He came in, he showed up after signing with the PFL. He said, look, I got to win this fight to prove I belong in the $1 million season next year. And a performance like this one goes a long way toward convincing Ray Scheffel and the rest of the boss. Final 10 seconds of this second round. Sheymon will stay on his feet for now. We'll see round 3 when we return. A little blood motion going.
Absolutely. We'll get up, run through in the morning, blow out the lungs a little bit.
Marlon Moraes in the green trunks, Sheymon Moraes in the gray. So far, it's been all Marlon Moraes. Sheymon probably going to have to get a finish here in round number 3. Your teammate Marlon Moraes, Frankie, has looked excellent, and he looks fresh.
Yeah, I know a couple fights he had some issues getting, to the final end of it without getting tired, and looks like he's addressed those things.
Oh, there's that left hook. Caught Sheymon coming in. Marlon landed it right on the jaw.
Yeah, his lead left hand has been money all night. Both the jab and that left hook. Sheymon just hasn't been able to catch it.
Oh my God! Right hand from Sheymon Moraes, potentially turning the tide here. Marlon is swimming in deep water. Can Sheymon get the finish after that knockdown? Oh, that lands. There's the stoppage. Referee waves it off. And Sheymon Moraes with the huge comeback victory.
What a comeback, my goodness.
Wow.
pounds at 58 seconds of round number 3 for your winner by TKO, Sheymon Moraes. Good evening, fight fans. We are live from the Hulu Theater at Madison Square Garden here in New York City for the 2022 PFL World Championship. It is MMA's richest night of the year. $6 million, 6 world titles, all on the line. It is now time for the PFL Light Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first in the blue corner. He is a mixed martial artist standing 6 feet tall. He weighed in at 202 3/4 pounds. With 24 victories, opposite of 7 defeats and 1 draw, including 15 wins by way of stoppage. Fighting out of Coconut Creek, Florida by way of Dagestan, he is the number 2 seed, Omari Akhmedov. And now introducing his opponent in the red corner. He is a mixed martial artist standing at 6 feet 3 inches tall. He weighed in at 204 1/2 pounds. His record stands 16 victories, opposite of 2 defeats, including 15 wins by way of stoppage. Fighting out of Hobart, Tasmania, he is the number 1 seed, Razor Robert Wilkinson. And the referee in charge, Keith Peterson.
Keith Peterson equipped with our ref cam. Robert Wilkinson in the yellow trunks. Omari Akhmedov in the black and gray. 5 5-minute rounds, 205-pound mixed martial arts.
Sir, you ready?
PFL championship action, a touch of the gloves, and we are underway in the richest night in mixed martial arts. Nice heavy low kick there from Omari Akhmedov, compromising the balance of Wilkinson temporarily. Akhmedov slipped to his back on that push kick attempt, gets right back to his feet.
Yeah, Wilkinson trying to dominate the center of the cage, trying to use those long-range weapons to keep Omari on the outside.
Both of these guys have big-time power, both of them big-time finishers this year. 3 finishes for Wilkinson, 2 for Omari Akhmedov, and 1 of them came with that overhand right, Kenny.
Yeah, and guys, I love how Akhmedov, knowing he doesn't have the same arm length as Wilkinson, is utilizing that calf kick with precision here.
Absolutely, that's a long-range weapon. He should be able to slow Wilkinson down a little bit, maybe hamper his mobility as this fight goes on.
Randy, how do you have to work on economy of motion in a 5-round fight? Neither of these guys have a lot of experience in 5-rounders.
Oh, I'm assuming both these guys did a lot of training to prepare for going 5 rounds and stretch their rounds in practice to accommodate that and keep their wind and be able to go as hard as they need to go all 5 rounds to win.
You heard Dan Hardy in his breakdown talking about the rising attacks of Wilkinson, and he did land moments ago a scooping uppercut. That's a dangerous punch to start a combination with, though.
Yeah, Sean, and I love the adjustments that are being made in this fight. You have Wilkinson, who's trying to change his level. He's trying to lower his level. He's trying to lower his level by getting a wide stance, but that opens him up to a calf kick. And that's what Omari is throwing at him. He's also looking for that uppercut as Omari tries to level change and get low.
Great double jab there from Omari Akhmedov, showing his speed. Wilkinson has landed several hard shots. Saw Akhmedov temporarily asking for a low blow. Keith Peterson said no, keep fighting.
Wilkinson really trying to set up that right uppercut. There's that right hand over the top.
He's using his jab hand to parry that blocking hand down and coming over the top of that right hand.
Mouthpiece comes out, right back in, right back to the action. Round 1 almost halfway gone. A hot start so far at 205 pounds, as we expected from these two.
Wilkinson's got to be careful. He's carrying those hands a little bit too low, which is going to allow Omari to land that overhand right if he chooses. but it's Wilkinson who's landing a nice right hand down the middle.
I think Wilkinson's anticipating Akhmedov trying to come in and close the distance and shoot.
Yeah.
That's why his hands are a little lower. He does a great job of moving his head on line and parrying those punches as they come in. Wilkinson does.
Now Wilkinson still has to respect the power of the smaller Omari Akhmedov. He can crack. He's got to look for angles instead of staying right in front of Omari.
There's that right uppercut again. Big low kick. Oh, blitzing attack here from Robert Wilkinson.
Nice long punches by Robert.
And that blitz is one of Wilkinson's best attacks, Sean.
Akhmedov does a great job of staying just out of distance there. A lot of experience for the Dagestani, so once he gets into a rhythm and makes his reads, he gets more and more dangerous throughout the course of this fight. Another right hand lands for Wilkinson, compromising the balance of Akhmedov. Stands right back up. There's those low hands again, Randy.
Yeah. It's almost like he's daring him to throw it. He wants to slip and counterpunch.
$1 million on the line here in this light heavyweight title fight. Another low calf kick. You can see that's tender for Wilkinson.
Yeah, and that is going to give you a dead leg. Your ankle starts to go numb. You can't really find the canvas very well with your lead leg, and that's going to take away power and mobility.
It may affect Wilkinson's ability to sprawl at some point.
Yeah.
That's the leg you got to pick up and move out of the way as a guy attacks your body.
It has become one of the most fast weapons. Big left hook. Rob Wilkinson
getting it back.
Hard. Oh, that's landed. Wilkinson bulls his way into top position. Akhmedov trying to wrestle out of it.
Wilkinson is trying to go for the kill here. He's looking for that big right hand over the top. Omari finding a way to survive here.
Final 10 seconds of round number one. Another combination from Wilkinson. Akhmedov displaying good toughness and
nice speed.
Saved by the bell potentially. That's the end of round number one.
Nice switch knee. Wow, right on the money.
5 at light heavyweight. Omari Akhmedov and Robert Wilkinson. Akhmedov in the gray trunks out of Dagestan. The Australian from Tasmania, Robert Wilkinson, in the yellow. That right hand landed for Omari Akhmedov. Saw the sweat flying off the head, and there's another. Nice work here by Akhmedov to get down on this single.
Nice job there by Wilkinson.
Good night to Hobart, Tasmania, the Wilkinson watch party down there.
You can tell Wilkinson's trained for this. When Akhmedov gets in a closer range, he shortens those punches up. That's something you have to practice and prepare.
Now, the one thing that's concerning me for Wilkinson is he's getting that chin up a little too high when he's trading in the pocket.
Another uppercut just misses for Wilkinson.
But Wilkinson's speed is serving him well in those exchanges.
Wilkinson did his training at Factory X in Denver, Colorado, using that altitude to help with the conditioning here. Another blitzing attack, and he's got Omari Akhmedov on the retreat.
And he really credits Factory X for improving his fundamentals.
Big knee again.
Right down the middle. Helps Akhmedov get in deep on the single, head outside single, trying to find a way to finish. Wilkinson sprawls hard, gets his leg back.
Now Omari looking for that crackdown, decides to go to guard. This is not a good position. Plenty of time for Wilkinson to get a finish as he tries to move the mount.
Going to move the full mount there. Omari did a great job of getting that back leg into play.
And Randy, it's worth noting that Robert Wilkinson has had a bunch of knockouts this year, right? 3 knockouts this year. He actually came into the season with more submission finishes than knockout finishes. He keeps telling us, everyone's sleeping on my grappling, and I don't know why.
We get to see him use it in a single PFL fight. I think that's why. And I think that's why Akhmedov believes he has a shot if he can get this fight to the ground. And why he's pushing the takedown.
That was a nice short right hand there from Akhmedov.
Wilkinson ran right into it. He's going to have to be, as Kenny likes to say, more disciplined defensively.
Yeah, absolutely. That chin is just popping up there, Sean. And again, getting in these exchanges, Omari, he might be the smaller guy, but I tell you what, he can crack. This has been a very fast-paced fight here at 205 pounds. Just crazy.
Nasty low kick there from Wilkinson. They've exchanged a couple of those in this fight. Whoa! Good right hand again. Wilkinson shakes it off. That usually means it lands.
Oh, nice uppercut by Wilkinson.
Nice counter punches.
Oh, these guys are going back and forth here.
You think $1 million is on the line or something?
Yeah. As Randy said, $1 million to the winning fighter. And
I hope you bought a pay-per-view. You better have bought a pay-per-view. Oh, you're missing one right now.
Akhmedov looked like the puppet strings were cut for a second there, but he just grabs his single.
I mean, that's his comfort zone. That's where he used to be. When he gets hurt, that's where he's going to go.
Another knee landed, and you can see blood pouring down the face of Omari Akhmedov.
Oh, they're going to check this cut.
Take a look at the cut.
It's a dandy.
It is on the inside of the eyebrow and forehead. You hope that a fight like this does not end on a cut, but even if it does, Rob Wilkinson will have earned it. That knee was nasty.
Wilkinson's got to be scratching his head going, man, what's keeping this guy standing up still?
Oh, it's a nasty one, guys.
Oh, yeah, that's a big gash.
Now,
the key is, does it have...
Good. Good. Yep.
Slides down.
The doctor says it's good. We can continue. The placement of that cut, as you well know, Randy, means that it's not going to open further and compromise the eyelid and probably not the vision long-term for Omari Akhmedov. That's what doctors are looking for.
And it looks like it's running right down his nose and not getting into his eye to affect his vision.
And we have seen Akhmedov bloodied and battered before and find a way to win. So do not count out Akhmedov. He's still dangerous.
Well, trust me, there's no quitting this guy. He's not quitting, no way.
He was bleeding just like this when he choked Theodoros
Exactly.
all the way out. Now the right hand lands for Akhmedov. The right is finding its home. The second round has been much better for that right hand, Kenny.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can see Robert Wilkinson just wading forward, shoving the smaller man, trying to get him out of there. Blood pouring from the face of Omari Akhmedov.
Oh, nice combination there by Wilkinson, a 2-1. Oh, and an uppercut. How is Omari sticking around here?
Oh, my gosh.
Wilkinson really pouring it on with less than 5 seconds in the second round. Body shot.
Fight back. Uppercut.
Wow. He finishes. He keeping a close watch on. Akhmedov swings back. The knee misses from Wilkinson. He grabs another clinch.
Oh, big
uppercut and a hook.
Omari's fighting back, though.
Oh, hand left.
Time. It's time.
Wow. How in the heck?
And the commission clean up some of the Vaseline potentially on that fight.
It's a time. He gets a time.
Yeah, they're taking a good hard look at him here. That is a nasty gash. Gonna let him go.
Stop the fight. He cannot continue.
You want to stop? So you're stopping the fight. Fight's over.
Fight's over.
That's it.
Omari Akhmedov. The doctor says no more. Robert Wilkinson becomes the first PFL champion from Australia.
He comes at 5 minutes of round number 2 by doctor stoppage. Therefore, your winner by TKO. And now, the 2022 PFL Light Heavyweight Champion, Razor Robert Wilkinson.
All right, Robert Wilkinson, before I talk to you, I think you might want to grab hold of that. Peter Murray, PFL CEO, presents the check for $1 million to Razor Rob Wilkinson. All right, now let's talk about this. Rob Wilkinson, you came all the way from Hobart, Tasmania to make this happen. You've landed a lot of big punches and a lot of big flurries in your career, a lot of big knees, but none that have ever scored you $1 million check. What does this $1 million mean to you?
Oh, the $1 million is awesome, but this belt is something I've been dreaming of, going to goal of 10 years ago. So it's a lot of hard work, a lot of work behind the scenes to get here, but it's come quickly. 8 months, signed with the PFL, and I'm a world champion, baby!
And look, 4 fights in 8 months, 4 finishes in 8 months. So you make it look easy, but describe for me the feeling of going through that grueling schedule.
Did that look fucking easy? I'm exhausted. That guy's tough as hell. Oh, yeah, I've been grinding away behind the scenes for a long time, ever since I got released from the UFC. I actually took a really big lesson from Israel and their coaching. You know, they didn't sign with the UFC until they were ready to go straight to the top. And that's what I just kept telling myself through the 4 years, fighting on local scenes, waiting for COVID to get over, grinding away, because I knew my opportunity would come. I was going to go straight to the top. And that's what I fucking did.
Rob, you go to the stool after that second round, right? You've already thrown, according to the stats, 150 strikes, and a bunch of those landed, but he wasn't going away. Did you know that he was not going to be able to return for that third round?
I wasn't sure. I knew it was pretty done. I knew he was saved by the bell. But yeah, I was ready to go back in the third round. I was ready to go in the third round and show those guys. Everyone thought I was just a first round fighter, but I got at least 2 in me. I got at least 2.
Hey, can you do the thing for me? Can you give me the Aussie?
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie!
Robert Wilkinson, the first PFL champion from Australia.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time is now for the 2022 PFL Welterweight Championship. Introducing first in the blue corner. He is a mixed martial artist standing 6 feet 3 inches tall. He weighed in at 169 1/2 pounds. With 10 victories opposite of 2 defeats, with 5 wins coming by way of stoppage, fighting out of Miami, Florida by way of Jamaica, he is the number 5 seed, Dilano, the Postman Taylor. And now introducing his opponent in the red corner, he is a kickboxer standing at 6 feet 3 inches tall. He weighed in at 169 1/2 pounds. With 12 victories opposite of 6 defeats and 2 draws with 1 no contest, he has 6 victories coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Stockholm, Sweden, he is the number 2 seed, the Swedish Denzel Sadibou. The referee in charge is Dan Mergliate.
Justin Gaethje now taking in the fights. Perpetual, perennial contender in the lightweight division.
All right, gentlemen, you ready,
Delano
sir?
Taylor in the gray trunks, Sadibou
Let's go.
in the blue. Taylor sprints out to his right. Sadibou in the southpaw stance. There's those fast kicks from Sadibou, blocked by Taylor.
Yeah, Sadibou is coming into this fight very confident. He believed that he was going to be able to put on a clinic here, and Delano thinks he's being underestimated and thinks he's one of the few guys who can deal with that range and height of Sadibou, trying to bring the fight to him.
He does bring up a great point. A lot of times when you watch Sadibou fight, the physical profile is very different. He's taller, he's longer. Visually, you can see that. Not necessarily the case in this bout. but he also started his PFL career as a middleweight, Randy, where he fought some big guys.
Yeah, I have no idea how either one of these guys make this weight class, but amazing just the same. And I think Sadibou has been fighting a lot of shorter guys, and that's why they've been able to get under him and make him wrestle. And that's why he come to Extreme Couture to shore up that wrestling. I admire him for being willing to put himself out there and bring a weakness up and make it a strength.
And I truly believe that's allowed him to become a more comfortable striker here in the cage. He's more confident with his wrestling takedown defense, so he can let those hands fly.
Randy, as long as you mentioned the tough weight cut, Dilano Taylor was this close to coming up over the championship limit, but he had to get off the scale, go back and finish the cut.
He said it wasn't anything unusual. For some reason, the last .2 would not come off. He literally brought it right down to the wire.
But here he is. He's earned his spot in more ways than one as he switches stances back and forth.
Yeah, Sadibou really seeking out that left kick to the body of Taylor. He is nasty with that one.
That's the third time he's tried the high kick. Only one has been able to sneak onto the neck meat of Dilano Taylor so far. Inside kick, that left leg from Sadibou putting in work here. First of 5 possible rounds, $1 million on the line in the welterweight division. Body kick, just like he asked for. The lead hand for Sadibou starting to sneak down towards his waistline. Good right hand to the body there from Dilano Taylor.
Yeah, he's trying to find a way to cut off the cage and slow down Sadibou, but his lateral movement is so good out there, guys.
Yeah, I think Delano's got to anticipate just a half second sooner and step across to cut him off instead of following. He ends up following him the way it is now.
Yeah, it seems like this round for Sadibou has really been about trying to slow Taylor down, landing a lot of body shots, trying to peck away at that lead leg of Taylor.
Coming up on the 1 minute mark here, Sadibou and Dilano Taylor squaring off for a $1 million welterweight championship belt. There's another body kick. Taylor tried the left hook on the counter. Take a listen inside the blue corner of Dilano Taylor.
You gotta go active, he's not touching.
30 seconds, you gotta work here. Let him feel some. In, out.
Inside no kick, he's there all day.
That's it, that's it. Hey, whenever you ready, Dilano. Whenever you ready.
Corner of Dilano Taylor calling for more activity from their fighter, who has spent a good portion of this round trying to get his reads. See more active striking from Sadibou, mostly from the kicks.
Right. But more than anything else, it's those long-range weapons that's keeping Dilano Taylor on the outside, and eventually that could cause Taylor to kind of crash in, and that's where Sadibou could take advantage of perhaps Taylor losing his patience and getting a little frustrated and rushing in.
Right hand there from Taylor. We've seen him score big with his right hand. Challenger Series fight, he won actually with double right hands. He beat Rory McDonald, knocked him unconscious with a straight right. Dilano Taylor in the gray trunks, Sadibou in the blue, welterweight world championship with $1 million on the line.
Taylor already looking a lot more loose here in round 2. He doesn't look as stiff. He's moving around a little bit more. He's switching his stances a little bit, showing a lot more feints as well. Looks much sharper here.
Big body kick there from Sadibou. Taylor tries to respond. Sadibou moves out. Back to the body, Sadibou goes. It is lightning quick.
Yeah, when you have time and space, you can see what's coming. You have time to react. You're going to be a lot more composed and relaxed. And that's what these long-range weapons are doing for Sadibou. It's keeping Taylor on the outside. It's giving him time and space to see what Taylor's trying to do. If he does move forward, he just moves right out of the way. Taylor looking for that shift there. Looks like he's trying to switch stances as he punches. That might serve him well to eat up that space a little quicker.
I think Delano Taylor's going to have to crash this if he wants to get in and be effective. If he allows Sadibou to use his footwork and his length, he's going to stay out there and pot shot the entire fight.
Yeah, I'd like to see him as he throws that right hand to maybe step through with that right leg just like that.
There you go.
That's
or at least head fake like he's going to shoot right close the distance to get him to drop his hands a little and start to defend that, then throw that right hand. Both guys exchange jousting jabs.
More urgency here in the second round from Delano Taylor. Now to halfway gone, and there he's in. Pressing Sadibou against the cage.
Just gonna say, he got in within 2 feet of that fence. That's your chance to close the distance. He's got very little angle of escape with the fence behind him. Delano Taylor did it perfectly. In on the high single, head inside single, trying to find a way to maybe pick Sadibou up.
And if he's not
with the whizzer. Sorry, Kenny.
Yeah, no, and Randy, I was going to say, if he's not successful with this single leg, I'd like to see him strike in the clinch a little bit, look for some knees from there, trying to slow Sadibou down a little bit.
Say, as Sadibou tries to break away here, punch your way back into that range. Stay right in his face. Little cup check.
Inside the red corner of Sadibou, we take a look. No Swedish translation, so that doesn't do us a whole lot of good, but Sadibou and Delano Taylor clashing shins right there in the middle of the smart cage.
Sadibou very good at just reading his opponent, seeing what's coming, just moving right out of the way, and then looking for a counter.
Inside of 30 seconds now in this second round. Second of a possible 5. Smile on the face of Sadibou as he goes back to work with his left leg.
He got Delano to bite on that little head fake and it made him smile.
Final 10 seconds of the round once again. Sadibou with the hands down, retreating. And there's the bell. Never heard of it, Kenny.
Let's go, fight.
Third round. Sadibou Delano Taylor squaring off for a $1 million welterweight PFL World Championship. Sadibou in his 4th PFL season finally booked his ticket to a championship bout. Delano Taylor has burst onto the scene. He started his year on the Challenger Series. Earned his spot in the season. Got a couple upset victories and doesn't quite complete that takedown, and that's the point that both of you have been making all night. Sadibou C in 2019 or 2018 would have been on the floor after that.
Yeah, on the deck right there. He did a great job of keeping his balance, using his hand control to fight his way out of that situation. Delano Taylor shot that shot naked. He didn't set that up. He didn't punch his way into that or give him anything else to think about.
Dilano tries to come in behind the right hand. Sadibou once again measures the distance and retreats. Dan Hardy from across the pond, watching live in London. What do you think of this fight so far?
I think it's fascinating. You know, Sadibou is doing a really good job of managing his distance and keeping that left leg going, as I was saying. Keep snapping it into the body and the head and making Delano Taylor work from the outside. You know, that Taylor looks uncomfortable. He looks like he wants to land his right hand, but he can't, which is why we've started seeing him work for takedowns, which again is highlighting the fact that Sadibou has been working on his takedown defense. I think at the moment, C is running the dance here, and Taylor's really struggling with the distance.
Little feint there from Delano Taylor, thanks to Dan Hardy. See the live odds swinging more in the favor of Sadibou. He's now a minus 750 favorite as he goes to work on the lead leg. He's been using mostly his left inside kick to work the thigh.
Orthodox stance right here. Now he's back to the southpaw stance.
Delano's creeping in much better now. He's just not committing to that shot. He can maybe touch Sadibou with that right hand, especially if he's able to shift his stance and eat up that space as he steps through on that punch.
Heavy leg kick there. Now Delano Taylor finds his range with a combination. Goes chest to chest.
Needed inside brief pommel, hand control, and head position by Sadibou C. Allows him to clear the space.
Inside of 2 minutes now in this third of 5 possible rounds. Nice jab lands there for Sadibou.
Stick, 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 stick.
Hey, that's it. He's going 3.
Stick, stick.
Hey, all right,
Take charge. Knee, underhook high. Underhook high. Right hand high.
Sadibou did it.
Inside chip. Left side, make the step.
Move those feet, check those feet, Lana.
Sadibou did a nice job of meeting the level of Delano Taylor. That's what allowed him to get that underhook.
Yeah, got right to the waist, double underhooks, and came up.
And now he pushes out again. Double jab there from Sadibou C. Who still is on about a 2-to-1 ratio kicks to punches. Not super typical, but that's the way he's doing it in this stand-up battle.
Yeah, you know, this isn't, one of those fights where it's extremely exciting or anything, but it is so impressive to see someone who can throw these strikes from the outside, stay disciplined, and stay moving. This takes tremendous discipline and footwork and knowledge of range.
Delano Taylor attempts to dive in on a low single there. Sadibou steps out of it, and that's the end of the third. Welterweights squaring off in a tactical, technical striking battle so far. Delano
All right,
Taylor
fourth round, you ready?
tried to
ready?
get this one
Let's
to
go,
the
guys.
ground.
Keep busy.
So far unsuccessful.
Yeah, Sadibou just proving to be a master of range here.
For the first time tonight, we are in the championship round. Sadibou has never been to the 4th round. And he reaches down to initiate a grappling exchange. This time Dilano Taylor meets his level, shrugs him back up chest to chest. Interesting, Kenny, that Sadibou's the more experienced mixed martial artist, and obviously has a long kickboxing resume as well, but Dilano Taylor has more title fights.
Yeah, that's right. You know, for Sadibou, he wants to show his full mixed martial arts skill set and see where he can find a weakness here against Taylor. But he's been so dominant from the outside. Taylor just has not found an answer so far.
Dilano Taylor wading in behind the right hand and the left hook. And Sadibou is able to evade both. He does eat one jab. Successful counter punching for Sadibou. Stops Dilano Taylor's forward motion.
And this is where Taylor needs to go. He needs to look for that big right hand. He's getting closer. Sadibou perhaps a little bit too relaxed. He's in a much better range now, but this is where Taylor can start to take over with body shots and leg kicks.
Nice body kick there from Sadibou.
Those are just brutal.
Kenny, we haven't really seen in those first 3 rounds Sadibou kind of surrendering the cage control, keeping his back so close to the fence that may end up serving Dilano Taylor's takedown attempts.
Yeah, Sadibou, just a very smooth operator here. Mixing up his strikes, always at the proper range. Very defensively sound here. And again, his takedown defense, I think this has really been the big change for him mentally and technically.
It gives him the confidence to open up, to let his feet go, to let his hands go. I'd like to see him use his hands more, especially now as Dilano's starting to creep into that range where he should be letting some combinations go and letting his hands go.
Oh.
That was quick.
Yeah.
Quick hook.
Taylor looking to try to make it nasty, but you still got to watch out for those very slick counter shots from Sadibou.
Dilano Taylor did a great job on the exit, landed 3 short right hooks to the unprotected side of Sadibou's face. More body kicks from Sadibou. Might set a record for left kicks landed to the body in this fight.
Gotta be.
He's just so quick. Sadibou landing continuously with those kicks. Good jab from Taylor there. Output increasing here in the championship rounds for the man who is likely down on the scorecards, Dilano Taylor.
So Taylor's complaining about Sadibou maybe grabbing his glove.
Randy, what's your stance on that? A little finger in the glove in those clinches?
No, I mean, obviously we know the rules. You're not allowed to do that.
Well, strictly speaking, Randy.
I guess I had big enough mitts that I didn't have to stick my fingers in the glove. I could grab that whole hand.
Round 4 down. 1 more to go in the welterweight world championship. Where do we stand in this fight? for welterweight world championship.
I think it's been all Sadibou really for pretty much every single round. I think Dilano's gotten a little bit closer, but C has just dominated the distance and those long-range strikes in this fight.
Fighter performance rating actually gives a very slight edge in that 4th round to Dilano Taylor. A score proprietary to the PFL between 0 and 100, based not only on the action inside of the cage, but the impact those actions have on your opponent. Taylor pressing forward now.
This is what I would like to see from Taylor earlier. This is where he can close that gap and surprise Sadibou a little bit.
Another high kick from Sadibou.
These shifting stances, the tie walks coming forward. Taylor's looking more comfortable.
Kenny, what adjustment could Sadibou make to maybe get a finish here in this 5th and final round?
I think he needs to look for that left hand right down the middle as Taylor tries to close that distance. And Taylor's aware of it too. He's being very careful to not rush it too much. I also would like to see him, like he just threw that shot, that left kick going upstairs. He's been attacking the body a lot. Perhaps he can catch the guard of Taylor dropping a little bit.
Taylor the aggressor here. C backs him up with a jab. Counter hook there from Dilano Taylor. Sadibou changes levels and presses forward.
Almost thought he was going to drive through with that double leg. It looked like it.
Wishful thinking potentially from Randy Couture once down from the striking specialist. We saw him do it to Rory McDonald.
Those are sharp knees there from Taylor to the wads of Sadibou and to the body. Very nice.
We saw the live odds climbing in Sadibou's favor all fight long. They've started to regress a little bit now. It's still not close according to the odds makers, but Sadibou back down to minus 650. $1 million to the winning fighter in this welterweight championship. And Dan Hardy, we're halfway through our final round. What can Dilano Taylor do to pull off a comeback?
You know, he's got to commit to that single right hand. The problem that he's having, because he was struggling with the range, he started to double up his right hand, and now Sadibou sees level changing underneath the first one. It's really interesting. One takes a step forward, then the other one counters. What I am liking about Sadibou, though, on the back of his left hand, on the back of his left kick, sorry, he's throwing a right hook, and a couple of times it's come very close to Taylor's chin. Something to watch out for, but as I said, Taylor, he needs to commit to that single right hand because Sadibou sees level change on the second one and it's missing every time.
Taylor, as Dan was speaking, was able to land the right hand that snapped Sadibou's head back, but the Swede is not going anywhere. You got to credit Dilano Taylor. He knows that he's got to be the aggressor in these late rounds, and he absolutely has been pressing forward, higher output. Question will be, is it too little too late if he can't get a finish? For a guy who's only 12 fights into his pro career, I'm impressed by Dilano Taylor regardless of results.
Very impressed. Great athlete. Fight IQ much higher than he should have after 12 fights, honestly.
No question. He's going to learn so much from this experience here against Sadibou.
Last minute of this title fight, $1 million on the line. Sadibou once again changes levels and presses forward. Body kick again. Don't want to know what Dilano Taylor's ribs are going to feel like on the right side of his body tomorrow morning. Another body kick from Sadibou, who continues doggedly to press forward. Sadibou Maybe feeling this one's in the bag, is retreating around the outside of the smart cage. Avoiding that kill shot, the Hail Mary punch. It will not come for Dilano Taylor.
All three judges are in agreement, 49-46 for your winner by unanimous decision. And now the 2022 PFL welterweight champion, the Swedish Denzel Sadibou.
Sadibou C with a belt on his shoulder, and PFL CEO Pete Murray has what you're really here for, Sadibou. The big check, $1 million. Sadibou C, it's been a long journey. We started this thing in 2018. You were a middleweight then. This is your first trip to a championship, and you earned the $1 million. Finally, after all this work, what does it mean to you?
Wow, like, to be honest, I have so many things in my mind that I wanted to say. Like, this moment is just overwhelming. Like, I've been working for all the years in 2002 for this moment. To be here with this belt, 5-time world champion, my God, that's surreal.
And nobody is as experienced in the PFL with this format as you are. But the first time you've ever been 5 rounds in your career, you fight all the way through. Is this what the game plan was? Did you think that the best chance for the $1 million was a decision?
To be honest, I trained for 5 rounds. I wanted to get him out there earlier, but he came out prepared, he came ready, he was durable, and my hat's off to him. Dilano, amazing guy, amazing fighter. He's gonna be back stronger.
Sadibou C, 2022 PFL welterweight champion and $1 million winner.
Our lightweight championship tail of the tape brought to you by the United States Marine Corps. Olivier Aubin-Mercier is 1 year older than Stevie Ray. Both men are 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighed in at the 155-pound championship limit. A 1-inch reach advantage on the arms and a 2-inch advantage on the legs for Olivier Aubin-Mercier. And with that, we send it to Miguel Flores.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time is now for the 2022 PFL Lightweight Championship. Introducing first, in the blue corner, he is a grappler, standing 5 feet 10 inches tall. He weighed in at 154.5 pounds. With 25 victories opposite of 10 defeats, with 15 wins coming by way of stoppage. Fighting out of Kirkcaldy, 5 Scotland, he is the number 4 seed, presenting Stevie Braveheart Ray. And now introducing his opponent in the red corner, he is a jiu-jitsu specialist, standing 5 feet 10 inches tall. He weighed in at 154.5 pounds. With 16 victories, opposite of 5 defeats, with 9 wins coming by way of stoppage. Fighting out of Montreal, Quebec, Canada, he is the number 2 seed, the Canadian gangster, Olivier Aubin-Mercier. And the referee in charge is Brian Miner.
Brian Miner will oversee the action for 5 potential 5-minute rounds. Stevie Ray in the gray trunks, OAM in the red.
Ready? Ready? Come on, fight.
Touch of the gloves and we are underway. Southpaw stance for both men. Couple of straight lefts to the body early from Stevie Ray.
Stevie showing a lot of lateral movement here, trying to circle, look for an angle. Olivier, very good with his timing on his takedowns as well. Oh, there's a nice shot. And Stevie in a much lower stance than we've seen him. No doubt ready for that level change from Olivier.
Low kick there, almost caught by Stevie Ray. Already showing redness on the calf. And another from OAM.
Oh, look at this.
Clinch here from big body lock from Stevie Ray. We'll see if we can get Olivier Aubin-Mercier to the ground. You don't want Stevie Ray on top of you when you're dry.
Yeah, again, double unders here, has good head position, but Olivier in a little much safer position now that his back is up against the cage.
Yeah, Stevie's got to pull him off that fence and change the angle and try and find a way to capture his hips and take him down. Mercier pummeling in now, finding a way to break it off. You let OAM sit out there and calculate, he's going to find a way to steal rounds from you. You've got to make it ugly. You've got to get in his face, make him uncomfortable, be unpredictable.
Yeah, no question about it.
It can't just be a fight by the numbers. It's not going to work.
He really executes perfect game plans, and you see both these guys looking for calf kicks, but that lead leg, that right lead leg of Stevie Ray really showing damage already.
That's what, 3 or 4 of those low calf kicks? He's so good at that.
Great timing and movement here from OAM so far. Goes back to work on the low leg of Stevie Ray. And then blitzes in behind a 3-punch combination. It's hard to tell because they're both so broad and both so big, but these are enormous lightweights.
Yeah, absolutely. Both very big for the division.
Right now, Olivier Aubin-Mercier just looking like the faster fighter. Oh. That one, low kick, took Stevie Ray all the way off his feet.
Yeah, caught him as he was moving. Sean kind of hit it like a foot sweep. But Stevie's going to start to have some problems stepping on that lead leg.
Ray's able to press Olivier Aubin-Mercier against the smart cage barrier. OAM swaps positions.
And it's OAM's forward aggression that gets him in this situation. Both times they've ended up in the clinch now is because OAM was pressing, stepping in, throwing his hands.
Another nasty low kick from OAM. Ray bounces right back to his feet. Wheel kick attempt there from Stevie Ray, showing the diversity in his arsenal.
And not a bad technique to throw, especially as Olivier was circling to the left side.
Final 10 seconds of this first round. OAM and Stevie Ray squaring off at lightweight for $1 million. Round 1 in the books.
Stevie Ray.
Sean, Randy, for me, it's all about the calf kicks. OAM just wailing away at that lead right leg of Stevie Ray. And you see it already taking its toll on Stevie. both with the way that it's sweeping out his leg, but also the way that Stevie Ray walked back to his stool. These are devastating shots. They can take you off your feet. They can off-balance you. It becomes extremely painful to put pressure on that lead leg. It affects the peroneal nerve as well, which can make it feel like your ankle is completely numb. Those are devastating shots.
Those are going to pay dividends in a 5-round fight.
No question. For every stance that you have out there, there's advantages and disadvantages. And Stevie Ray staying low, he's able to meet the level of OAM if he does shoot. But because he has that wide base, it becomes much harder to block that lead leg calf kick.
Tough to pick it up and check it when you've got that much weight on it.
Yeah.
Twin southpaw stances again. OAM in the red, Stevie Ray in the gray. Second of 5 lightweight championship rounds. Big left hand there from OAM on the counter. Responded to a left from Stevie Ray. Ray now catches a kick. Tries to get himself onto the back of OAM, and for now is there.
Let's see if he can hit a takedown from here. This is Stevie's best position. If he's able to hit it, wow, look at that balance from OAM.
Well done.
There it is.
And Stevie Ray gets on the back of OAM.
Out of way. Spent a lot of energy to get there. Picked him up 3 times before he could get him down.
Wow.
And these men very, very powerful lightweights. You do not want Stevie Ray on your back. He's got 4 more minutes in this round to work from this position.
Yeah, and this has been a position that OAM has worked on a lot offensively and defensively in preparation for this fight. This is where Stevie is most dangerous. Anthony Pettis knows all about that.
Stevie's wife, Natalie Ray, watching close by the cage side.
Got both hooks in now. He's anchored in good.
Watch, he's going to look for that body triangle with the leg on the inside to try to bait Olivier to turn into him. Look for that Scottish twister again. If he keeps it on the outside, he has full control of the body. If he keeps it on the inside, he can threaten with that spinal twist submission.
This whole sequence started with that very slow hook kick that OAM threw up. It was almost like he posed for it. It was crazy.
Stevie Ray now has the full body lock here. Again, plenty of time in this second round.
There he is starting to set it up now. He's going over the shoulder with that seatbelt grip. Looks like, yeah, he's trying. Now he has that seatbelt grip. Trying to attack the neck. OAM doing a good job of defending that choking arm.
Stevie Ray on the back of OAM now, trying to soften him up with some left hands.
Yeah, Stevie doing a great job of mixing things up. If he doesn't get the submission, he's staying busy with some ground and pound here.
Lots of time here, too.
And look, this is important for a lot of reasons. If you're Stevie Ray, you're winning this round, but you're also avoiding more damage to your lead leg by being on the back of OAM.
Absolutely, and this could be draining for OAM. You know, having that body triangle and trying to stand up like that, it takes a lot of energy. You're carrying the weight of your opponent.
To mention he's got a body triangle, which makes it hard for your diaphragm to function properly.
No question.
Hard to breathe from that situation.
OAM has that right arm of Stevie Ray out and across. This is going to take away the choking ability for the meantime. Stevie Ray able to get it back into play, though. Oh, look at this.
All the way up
escape.
and out. Nice work there by Olivier Aubin-Mercier. Get himself out of some serious, serious trouble. And he goes right back to work on the lead leg. Got to be a confidence booster those last 3 or so minutes for Stevie Ray, though.
Yeah, 100%, and it was a really strong round 1 for OAM. Right now, this fight is even for me.
More low kicks. Ray comes in behind a 1-2, blocked by OAM. Inside of 1 minute here in the second round.
Stevie's got to be careful to not try to sweep that bottom leg. He's reaching for the leg of OEM as he kicks with that lead right arm. OEM might switch it up and go upstairs.
Very, very difficult to catch a low kick.
Yeah,
it's
it's
too low.
risky.
It's just,
Oftentimes when you see guys starting to do that, it's just a response to the amount of pain that leg is
Right.
experiencing. He cognitively knows it's... Oh! Right hand lands and Olivier Aubin-Mercier with the check hook knocks out Stevie Ray for a lightweight championship.
What a right hook. Stevie just didn't see it coming. Up and around the guard of Stevie Ray it went, and my goodness, landed right on the jaw.
Olivier Aubin-Mercier
saved his first PFL finish for the championship fight. How about that?
Gentlemen, the end comes at 4 minutes and 40 seconds of round number 2. For your winner by knockout, and now your 2022 PFL lightweight champion, the Canadian gangster, Olivier Aubin-Mercier.
Olivier Aubin-Mercier improves to 6-0 inside the PFL Smart Cage. He gets a belt. And PFL CEO Pete Murray has the $1 million check. Olivier, everybody I speak to about you says you are a simple man with simple taste. What are you going to do with $1 million?
Quebec is back, tabarnak!
You told us over and over that the PFL regular season and playoffs and championship, that this format and the grueling schedule is the hardest thing that you ever did in your MMA career. Now, you've made it to the end of the journey. You got the belt, you got the $1 million. How gratifying is it to win knowing how hard this is?
It was crazy, a crazy experience. I mean, I don't tell anybody to do that, but when you do it and you're on top at the end, the feeling I have right now, I think is the closest thing I can say that is to joy, you know? So I'm so happy, I'm so proud of myself. This shit was hard as fuck. Yeah.
All right,
sorry. I didn't swear.
Let's take a look at the replay here. Look, he was winning that round. He got on your back. He was threatening the submissions, and then you land this.
Woo. Little check hook on the side, perfect. And yeah, he got my back. I was like, I don't want to be a highlight like Pettis is, you know. So I was a little bit scared, a little bit worried. Took my time, stand up. I saw he was a little bit tired, and then I just clipped him with the hook. I'm pretty happy because it's the first time. Well, Stevie's a nice guy, but it's the first time I win with a real KO. You know, last time was just a body shot. This time is a real KO.
So 6-0 now in your PFL career. Your first 5 were not finishes. You saved the best one for the most important one.
Yeah, well, the Canadian gangster, whatever he wants, eh? So, but next time, I want to bring PFL in Montreal or in Quebec. I mean, I think people want that too. I think we need a new show in Quebec. I have some boys with me that could be perfect on the card, so let's go PFL, Quebec City, Quebec, Montreal, anywhere.
I love poutine. Let's go to Canada. Your first ever Canadian PFL championship.
3 for 3 on his championship bets, which means Parker's perfect parlay is still alive. And now we'll take a look at the Bud Light tail of the tape. Julia Budd is 12 years older than her opponent, Aspen Ladd. She's also 2 inches taller, has a significant 9-inch reach advantage on the arms, but only 1 on the legs. Miguel Flores, to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we continue the action in the PFL Smart Cage, and it will be a showcase contest in the women's featherweight division. Introducing first in the blue corner, she is a mixed martial artist, standing 5 feet 8 inches tall. She weighed in at 146 pounds. with 16 victories, including 7 wins by stoppage, opposite of 4 defeats. Fighting out of Port Moody, British Columbia, Canada, here is Julia, the Juba. And now introducing her opponent in the red corner. She is a grappler, standing at 5 feet 6 inches tall. She weighed in at 145.5 pounds. With 9 victories, opposite of 3 defeats, including 7 wins by stoppage. Fighting out of El Dorado Hills, California, making her PFL debut, here is Aspen Land. And the referee in charge is Keith Peterson.
Keith Peterson to oversee the action. 3 5-minute rounds, a non-title showcase featherweight bout between Aspen Ladd in the gray and Julia Budd in the red.
Both these ladies with knockout power, 6 knockouts apiece.
So far, a feeling out process early.
Yeah, both ladies trying to establish that jab. Julia Budd said she really wanted to take it to Aspen, bring some pressure, test her out in this first round, see how she responds.
Good combination there from Julia Budd, but Aspen Ladd catches the kick and elevates the left leg of Julia Budd, who rolls all the way through.
Aspen's gonna take that back though. She has both hooks now. She's gonna slip her head out. That will bring her right to the back of Julia Budd, where she can attack with the choke.
Julia Budd's gotta hang on to that headlock. That's her lifeline right now.
Yeah, she needs to start prying those legs out as well. She's gonna lose that head position. There it is.
Ladd got all the way out. Now has the back of Julia Budd.
Ladd believed this is the difference. This was going to be the difference in this fight against Julia Budd, was the grappling on the ground.
Julia trying to go for that ankle lock with those legs crossed. Don't think she's going to be able to get it there. Aspen.
There, nice job, gets her hips out. Ladd doing a nice job of staying on top, keeping those hooks.
Yeah, she's going to flatten her out here.
Ladd going to work with the right hand.
And soften her up.
Julia Budd trying to build her base again. Ladd staying aggressive on top. On the back of Julia Budd. Big left hands coming down from the top, and Budd will elect to stand up, try and shake the monkey out of the tree.
That's a little high, but she's locked into the back of that leg. That's going to hold her in position, keep her from sliding off the top. Going to be tough for Budd to come out the back door there.
Budd does a good job of reaching up and grabbing the head of Aspen Ladd.
She needs to remove those legs, see if she can stand up, start to kind of peel those legs off a little bit, or extend one of her legs to that, just like that.
Just tried to swim out of one right there. Trying to swim out of the other one.
Needs to try to stand up tripod first and then do it. Doesn't quite have the space.
Ladd continuing to try and control that left arm of Julia Budd.
Budd got rid of one hook, but it's on the cage side. That doesn't do it there. Almost got rid of the second hook.
Watch the back end.
Yeah, this is what she needs to do, try to stand up and just shake a little bit. But she can't shake her off if she has both knees on the floor. She has to get her knees off the floor, then she can shake her off. She's a little bit too tight to be trying to pry her legs out a little bit.
There's Ante Delija, last year's heavyweight runner-up. One of 3 more title fights to come will be our heavyweight championship. He'll face Matheus Scheffel in a rematch from earlier in our regular season.
This is a much better position here for Julia Budd.
Nice job by Julia Budd.
Works her way out of that adversity and finds herself in top position with only 1 minute left in this round.
Oh, with a nice sweep.
Beautiful.
Powers her way out.
Beautiful butterfly guard sweep, now with the head and arm.
Use a combination of the butterfly and the headlock to change positions.
Yeah, that was sweet.
Now Budd trying to triangle her legs, control the head of Aspen Ladd. Ladd's north-south.
Tackle's hand, Drew. Tackle's hand. We got 30 seconds, man. 30 seconds, Drew. 30 seconds. Tap the hand, Drew.
Aspen just staying very calm, keeping her position. She's got the shoulder control right in the hips of Julia Budd. Julia's going to have to frame and try to sneak that knee in on the inside of the armpit or inside of the arms of Aspen Ladd. And she's going to run out of time here.
10 seconds, Joel.
Ladd will finish this round on top of Julia Budd.
3 seconds.
A successful first 5 minutes of her PFL debut.
Randy.
Absolutely. That sequence started by a high kick, got caught by Ladd, that led her into the takedown to take her back.
Yeah, Julia had that kick go up a little bit too high, allowed Aspen to trap it and hit that takedown. Curious to see if she's going to be a little bit more cautious with her shot selection there on those kicks. And Randy, I've been really impressed with the composure of Aspen Ladd here. You know, she's stayed very calm, really facial expression never really changes much.
Yeah, very composed. You'd think that there was Fedor's sister out there.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely.
Body lock here, she's trying to catch a leg. Aspen Ladd got a really very tight body lock. Really did a nice job of hand control and re-pummeling. Ladd makes another adjustment, but re-pummels.
Yeah, Julie doing a good job of getting that underhook. And it was interesting, when we were talking about these ladies, it seemed like they both had the same game plan. They felt that they had the better wrestling. They were looking to try to impose their grappling advantage. And so far, it's been Aspen Ladd who's got the better, but Julia trying to even the odds here in round 2.
You can see those live odds swinging back and forth as this bout develops. Ladd at one point when she was on the back of Budd was a bigger favorite than she is right now at -500. Good clinch here from Julia Budd.
Yeah, these are beautiful knees here from that Thai plum.
Undefeated two-time champion Kayla Harrison getting wrapped up as her main event championship bout draws closer at Madison Square Garden in the Hulu Theater.
Ladd's got to bring her hips in, capture the hips of Julia Budd if she wants that takedown. She's got her power, her hips way too far back.
Now it's Julia who's pressuring Aspen up against the cage.
Take a listen inside the red corner of Aspen Ladd.
Let's go, Aspen. Aspen, go, let's go. Get to a single. Slide your left underhook down to the single leg. Outside pick, Ash. Outside pick.
Ladd's corner asking for her to slide that underhook down and grab a single leg as they exchange knees in this clinch. Less than 2 minutes in the second round.
Nope, high single, Ladd in on a high single, head inside. doing a nice job using her shin. Guard that off. Keep Ladd's hips from walking in.
Good knee up the middle there from Bud. Ladd trying to redouble her efforts for a takedown.
Yeah, Julia has done a great job in the clinch in round 2, landing some nice knees to the body here.
Left hand from Ladd on the exit. She wades right back in with strikes.
That was a nice right hand there from Aspen Ladd.
Another clinch. Excellent strength on display here from Aspen Ladd, turning the powerful Julia Budd and placing her back against the smart cage barrier. Good flurry from Ladd. Final 10 seconds of round number 2. Aspen Ladd and Julia Budd clinched up, exchanging knees. Third and final round in this featherweight showcase bout. Julia Budd, Aspen Ladd.
Mama, you ready? Mama, you ready? Fight.
FPR favors Julia Budd in round number 2.
Yeah, so it could very well come down to this round here.
Nice combination by Ladd.
Active with her hands. She puts together really nice flurries, but a good one too from Julia Budd to respond. The corner of Budd saying no more kicks. They don't want him to get caught and have her push back against the cage. Good left hand from Ladd.
Yeah, and that's what made her susceptible to that takedown in round 1.
Exactly, it cost her that round for sure. And who knows how it would have been, what would have unfolded otherwise, but
Julia has definitely found a lot of success with that tie clinch.
We'll bring Dan Hardy in, watching live in London, see what he thinks of this featherweight showcase. Dan?
Double leg, Ladd's in deep.
You know, I think we see a real improvement in Julia Budd's wrestling, but she's making bad decisions with her footwork. She's finding herself trapped up against the fence, and she's allowing Aspen Ladd to get her hands on her and stay in the clinch. You know, she's landed some good knees, but ultimately, Julia Budd needs to separate. She needs to where she can strike, and that's where she's going to have most success.
That is a very handsome and coherent Dan Hardy for 3:12 a.m. London time. Thanks for staying up with us, Dan Hardy. Fights are on indeed. Kenny, I got another good news, bad news situation, especially for Dan. Good news is we have 3 more title fights. Is that it's going to be 5 a.m. by the time they're over.
I hope you got a nap in today.
Julia Budd finding a home for her right hand.
Doing what she's got to do. She's starting to let her hands go with it, trying to stay out at that range where she can use that reach advantage. Lets Ladd wade into the fray and into the pocket. Ladd lets those combinations go on the inside.
Right down the middle, Julia. Right down the middle. There you go.
Double right hand scoring there.
Right down the middle, Julia. Julia, you go. Keep her there. Keep the center of the cage, girl. Yes,
Kenny, in an otherwise very close fight, it's always interesting to see how judges, if we get to the scorecard, view the forward pressure and the backward movement. Sometimes you get rewarded for being the aggressor.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's all going to come down to really the impact of the strikes and how the judges see that. But certainly, we've seen judges favor fighters who are moving forward, who are landing shots, versus the other fighter who's moving back, landing shots. So Aspen, very smart to press forward here against Julia Budd.
Good work by Budd to get herself off the cage one more time here. There's a look through the ref cam. Keith Peterson overseeing the action inside of 2 minutes.
This is definitely a Julia Budd who's been working on her jab. She's been much sharper this fight with it.
Catches Ladd coming in with the jab. You can tell she's the longer fighter.
It's countered by Bud. There's the outside pick that Ladd's corner's calling for. He's got the underhook on that other side.
Inside of 1 minute. Final 60 seconds here. Oh, nice right hand there from Bud, and she grabs the clinch, throws the knee up the middle. Aspen Ladd once again presses Julia Budd up against the cage. A display of strength again from the younger fighter. Spinning back fist is blocked. Aspen Ladd continuing to move forward. Good 1-2 again from Julia Budd and a hook from Aspen Ladd.
Yeah, they're getting busier here at the end of this round. It's
Final 10 seconds. Swinging away to the final bell. Aspen Ladd and Julia Budd giving the fans here at Hoodoo Theater their money's worth.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Tim Corrado saw it 29-28 for Ladd. Judge Sal Diamato saw the contest 29-28 for Bud. And Judge Dave Torelli sees the contest 29-28 for your winner by split decision, Aspen Ladd.
Aspen Ladd edges out a split decision over Julia Budd in her PFL debut. Now the tape brought to you by Celsius. Ante Dilija is 2 years older. He is also 3 inches taller. It is Matheus Scheffel who weighed in heavier at 256 pounds. 4-inch reach advantage on the arms favoring Ante Dilija, but Matheus Scheffel has the longer legs. Miguel Flores, the heavyweights, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time is now for the PFL 2022 World Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first in the blue corner, he is a striker standing at 6 feet 2 inches tall. He weighed in at 254 1/2 pounds. With 17 victories, opposite of 8 defeats, with 12 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Curitiba, Brazil, he is the number 5 seed, Matheus Santi Scheffel. And now introducing his opponents in the red corner. He is a judo specialist, standing at 6 feet 5 inches tall. He weighed in at 241 3/4 pounds. With 22 victories, opposite of 5 defeats, with 16 wins coming by way of stoppage. Fighting out of Zagreb, Croatia, he is the number 2 seed and making his 2nd straight PFL championship appearance, Ante Walking Trouble Dilija. Your referee in charge, Dan Mergliata.
Dan Mergliata will be the 3rd heavyweight in the cage to see this action take place. Ante Dilija in the blue trunks, Matheus Scheffel in the gray. Kenny, don't look behind you. There's a bunch of giant Croatian MMA fans chanting Ante Dilija's.
You'll have my back, right, Sean? Right?
I don't know this man. The first time these two men met, Ante Dilija starched Matheus Scheffel. The Brazilian comes in here more confident, and you can almost see it in these first punches.
Yeah, and I like how he's taking control of the center of the cage. Last time he kind of allowed Ante Delija to just back him straight up. And Ante's got to respect that left hook in particular from Matheus Scheffel. And Ante Delija has a nasty right cross.
Good left hook from both. Combination from Ante Delija. Randy, at what point, like what's the poundage? What's the actual number of pounds that it starts to matter, the size difference at heavyweight?
I mean, bigger is just bigger. You got to play it differently. You don't want to, I mean, these guys are both very close in size. So shouldn't be shy about standing nose to nose just like they are, trading blows. They're both great big guys. If that was me out there, I wouldn't stand in front of either one of these.
Yeah.
So this is a man who won heavyweight championships, walking around like 215 pounds. Oh! Wow, they're swinging away.
Yeah, Matheus landing that left hook again. Not sure Ante is adapting to that.
We saw Ante Delija go 5 grueling rounds with a hard-hitting Brazilian last year as he shoots a takedown here. We'll see what this heavyweight title bout brings us.
Yeah, and this is where Ante hits a lot of his takedowns. See if Matheus is able to get his back off the cage.
$1 million on the line here in the heavyweight world title bout. Matheus Scheffel has focused his training much more for this camp. In fact, he told us it's the first time in his MMA career that he's done nothing except for training. He's always been working side jobs. He's always had other responsibilities. His semifinal win gave him the money he needed to take everything else off. Good head movement there by Scheffel on the flurries.
Very nice. Rolled right out of the way of that right hand.
Matheus looks completely different than the first time around. He looks very confident. He's very sharp and very fast here. Ante Delija still very dangerous. Landed a beautiful left hook of his own.
And backed him up with the left hook there. Now he's pumping the jab and the uppercut snuck through. Big Ante Delija goes to work. And Ante Delija with the heavyweight championship knocks out Matheus Scheffel.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 2 minutes and 50 seconds of round number 1. For your winner by TKO, and now your new 2022 PFL heavyweight champion, Ante Walking Trouble Delija.
Ante Delija, PFL heavyweight champion here in 2022, and brand newly minted millionaire Pete Murray here to present the check. Ante Delija, congratulations, another amazing knockout victory. I've got to ask, I know you have a wife, I know you have a young child. What does it mean to you to take home $1 million to your family?
Imam prekrasnu obitelj, jedva čekam vratiti se kući. Nisam bio 2 mjeseca sa mojom obitelji, jedva čekam da ih vidim. Hvala mojoj ženi što me trpi, što je uz mene, što obavlja sve što treba, samo da meni bude lakše.
I wasn't home for 2 months. I'm finally going back home. Thank you to my wife. Thank you for helping me. Thank you for taking everything from me in the last 2 months, and I'm so happy to coming home now.
Ante, let's talk about your PFL journey. You made your PFL debut. You lost to Bruno Capoloza, right? You got knocked out, and then you fought him again in the championship. You battled all the way back to a championship. A close, tough fight. You lost again. And then here in 2022, you come back, you put together an amazing season, the #1 seed, and now a championship. What does it mean to you to have started your journey how you did and to find yourself here? Ovo nije, bilo je mojih padova, uspona u karijeri puno. Slomio sam nogu u borbi, potkoljenica mi je pukla popola i vratio sam se, dobio sam bolničku bakteriju i tako dalje. 7 operacija, opet sam tu.
I had some surgeries. It was hard, but tonight I'm back and I'm so grateful.
Back indeed, and walking trouble, Croatia's first PFL heavyweight world champion and $1 million winner, Ante Delija.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our co-main event of the evening. And it is for the 2022 PFL Featherweight World Championship. Introducing first in the blue corner. He is a wrestler standing at 5 feet 8 inches tall. He weighed in at 145 pounds with 19 victories, opposite of 5 defeats with 10 wins by stoppage. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada by way of Virginia Beach, he is the number 3 seed, Bubba Jenkins. And now, introducing his opponents in the red corner, he is a striker, standing at 5 feet 9 inches tall. He weighed in at 144 3/4 pounds, with 24 victories, opposite of 4 defeats, with 13 wins coming by way of stoppage. Fighting out of Manchester, England, he is the number 4 seed, Brandon Loughnane. And referee in charge, Brian Miner.
Brian Miner is equipped with our ref cam. Brendan Loughnane in the green trunks. Bubba Jenkins in the black and gray. USA versus UK. $1 million on the line in the featherweight division. Bubba in the southpaw stance. Loughnane switching back and forth.
Bubba with a quick level change and entry.
And then the smile. It's like he was toying with him. Like, I see, I can get in there if I want to.
Brendan Loughnane showing a lot of the same footwork and stance switches that we saw in his semifinal against Chris Wade. That can be very confusing to deal with.
I don't think we'll see Bubba Jenkins switch stances as often as Chris Wade does, so we'll see if that affects how much Brendan Loughnane does it.
Well, it's going to be a little bit of a different problem, especially for a guy like Bubba Jenkins who likes to get that lead leg to set up his takedowns.
Exactly. Changes your takedown, what side your head's going to go on, and that can be a big problem for some guys.
Both men going to work on the low legs of the opponent here. Good head movement there from Brendan Loughnane as Jenkins threw a double jab and a 2.
Loughnane very quick with that jab. Both men trying to attack the lead legs. Bubba going very low. He says that was close.
It's close, the bad man says. Never short for showmanship.
None at all.
Nice right hook there by Bubba Jenkins.
Jumped into that right hook and then changed levels and in on the legs. See if he can finish now.
Big moment in the fight here. Can the former Division I national champion get Brendan Loughnane to the ground? Or has the Brit improved his wrestling enough to stay on his feet?
Loughnane in on that split stance so far. See if he can push down on that head of Bubba Jenkins or maybe hit a switch.
Really needed to hook a wizard in with that left arm and he just didn't do it. He's got great enough balance to stay up.
Yeah, and this is going to bode very well for Brendan Loughnane. It's going to give him some confidence and perhaps take away some of the confidence of Bubba Jenkins after this exchange. Jenkins with a nice re-attack here, Randy.
Yeah, the second effort takes a re-shot as Loughnane tries to get away and tries to change the angle. And now with a high single head inside. He's at the knee though, and that's a problem for finishing. He needs to be up at the hip.
Yeah, Brendan kind of using that leg as a frame right now. Let's see if he can limp leg out of it, but Bubba very smart to keep the back of Brendan Loughnane pressed up against the cage.
The right hand of Bubba Jenkins has snuck through just a couple of times with some effective, dirty boxing. You know anything about that, Randy?
Never heard of it.
High kick attempt misses there for Jenkins.
Brendan doing a great job, showing some excellent takedown defense so far. Both men continuing to pepper away at those lead legs.
Already a welt showing on the front of the shin on that lead leg for Bubba Jenkins. Loughnane goes after it again.
Yeah, he's throwing a twin. I don't know about a welt. That's huge. That's a big old bump.
And I think those lead leg kicks are taking its toll on Bubba a little bit. You're seeing him, he's not putting as much weight on that lead right leg.
That's going to make it harder for him when it comes to executing a takedown.
Yeah, he's feeling it. He's definitely not putting as much weight on that lead right leg, guys.
I mean, you can see he's got a calf muscle going out of the front of his shin here.
Yeah, it's already swollen up big time.
Big hematoma on the front of that shin. That lead leg of Bubba Jenkins. It's going to affect his mobility. You see he's changed stance now.
Oh, nice combination by Jenkins.
And he smiles about it. He knows that landed solid. Final few seconds of this first round. The right hand to punctuate it. A little smile and a nod. A very interesting first round between Brendan Loughnane and Bubba Jenkins. Kenny, the replay.
Oh, just a fascinating round one here from both men. They had their shots. There's a beautiful right hook and entry on the takedown from Bubba Jenkins. That right hook definitely took Brendan Loughnane by surprise. Jenkins just so quick on that entry. Wasn't successful on the takedown, but for me, it's those calf kicks, those leg kicks taking its toll on Bubba Jenkins. You also saw the right eye of Bubba Jenkins start to swell up as well. There's another beautiful right hook from the southpaw Bubba Jenkins and a follow-up left hand that definitely caught Brendan Loughnane by surprise and stunned him. What a round.
Very good round. Nice defense by Brendan Loughnane to stay off his back, not concede a takedown. Good switching of those stances, good low kicks, and great job by Bubba Jenkins, staying right in there, letting his hands go.
A tough round to score, and as if to prove my point,
back up, Brendan.
Fighter performance rating. Loughnane got a 42, Bubba Jenkins got a 40.
Wow.
Very, very close margin. Brendan Loughnane, the Brit in the green trunks. Bubba Badman Jenkins, training in Vegas these days. He's in the gray. Maybe a little tiny cut on the bridge of Brendan Loughnane's nose as well from the late exchange in the first round. Good combo from Brendan.
That first jab that Bubba Jenkins threw hit Loughnane right on the nose and cut his nose open.
That right eye is swelling a little bit, Kenny, and we saw him have problems with it earlier in the season.
Yeah, that's right. Loughnane trying to take full advantage of that. And again, just especially tough when you get a guy who's switching stances all the time.
Moves his head so well, his feet move great. Oh, that was right on that shin.
Low kick to the calf and shin of Bubba Jenkins, and then a sharp jab behind it. Mixing things up. Good head movement there again from Brendan Loughnane.
Yeah, I mean, looking at Loughnane and how he circles so well away from that pressure. If you're a young fighter, he's definitely one guy you want to study. He does such a great job of diffusing that pressure and confusing his opponents.
Not just moving his feet, he's moving his head as well.
Yes.
And if you go back to the early part of Brendan Loughnane's season, he got hit hard by Ryoji Kudo. He got dropped by Kudo.
That's when we first saw him use any wrestling. He had to wrestle his way out of that fight.
His second regular season bout was close. He was a big favorite in that one.
Jenkins is now reaching with his punches because he can't put a whole lot of weight on that right leg. That right leg continues to swell.
Can't stand on that front leg. That's going to make it difficult for a whole bunch of things for him. And we're 2 rounds in.
Yeah.
Going to continue to beat that up.
Brendan Loughnane called Bubba Jenkins a 3-round fighter. He's going to try and turn him into a 3-round fighter by taking a leg away.
Oh, he's landing some nice little hammer fists as well.
Bubba trying to capture those hips. He's got him now. Look for the suplex. Loughnane repommeling. Wow. Nice job repommeling.
Great defense there by Brendan Loughnane. Halfway through round number 2. A little slip in the center of the cage.
And ready for a guy like Bubba Jenkins, you know, so much of his game, or any wrestler's game really, is getting that motion when you get in on those legs. And he can't drive off of that leg, it seems, anymore.
Absolutely. And then to have him counter those takedown attempts the way he is, there's a psychological letdown in there.
Yeah, totally. Oh, man, those things are hurting me every time he lands it. He's just going right on the shin. He doesn't even care where he hits. He just wants to hit that lead leg of Jenkins.
You know it's bad when you don't really hear the slap because it's a thudding impact. That's that deep tissue stuff, and there is massive swelling on the front of Bubba Jenkins' shin.
Yeah, and Loughnane did so much of his training in Thailand. You know those guys are kicking bags for hours every single day.
Bags with sand in them. They're hard. Man, that is a giant contusion. I'm not sure I've seen one that big.
Yeah, that's crazy.
There's Brendan Loughnane's family.
And Brendan was saying he probably has over 100 people from the UK who came to watch him fight tonight.
Almost looks like he's wearing a shin guard.
Yeah. Wow. Just, that is not normal.
Good left hand from Bubba. Just missed with the fall. Right. Oh!
Jab left hook, and that landed.
Brendan just fighting such a smart fight here. But Bubba Jenkins still dangerous, still fast. That right jab of Bubba Jenkins still pumping.
That's 2 straight rights by Brendan Loughnane.
And with that leg compromised, I wouldn't be surprised to see Brendan Loughnane maybe try to hit a takedown of his own as we go into the deeper rounds.
Cup check
there in the final 10 seconds or so.
Loughnane tried to teep just as Jenkins stepped in.
Brendan, that corner. Hey, that corner right here.
Now this is actually interesting because you want to take as much time as possible as we see the replay on the cup check.
Right.
But you don't want to take too much time and let that leg tighten up even more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And you think you'd want to be icing that in between rounds, but I don't think you'd ice that because it's going to stiffen up quick.
You ready to go? You got up in 5 minutes. You ready? Why don't you take a minute then? Let's fight. You got 5 minutes. You got 5. All right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put you in this corner right here. Let's go.
Brendan Loughnane yelling at Bubba Jenkins, let's go.
Brendan, see that corner right there? Move out of it again. Stay right there. Stay there.
The final few seconds of this second round of the possible 5 in the featherweight championship. And now they're talking back and forth.
Ready? All right. Brendan, watch the cuff. Back up. Time in, 10 seconds. Fight.
Oh! Big body kick there from Brendan Loughnane.
People think, oh yeah, well you need to block. Well, those hurt too. And those shins are only going to get more swollen. Loughnane, though, starting to, and I agree with you, Randy, really take advantage of that compromised leg.
Straight to action here in the third round. Bubba Jenkins in the gray trunks, Brendan Loughnane in the green. Co-main event, the 5th of 6 title fights and $1 million on the line for both of these fighters. Take a listen inside Brendan Loughnane's red corner.
There you go, Bob.
Fast hands, Brendan. 1, 2. You can go to the body. Jab off first.
Then follow it up, Brendan.
Jab off and then kick.
Follow it up, bro.
He's missing now.
That was a solid shot by Bubba Jenkins right there.
Yeah, that was well timed.
One minute gone here in round number 3. Bubba got Brendan reacting to the feint and then snapped his head back with a jab. Bubba pressing the action here, having some success in round number 3. Nice combination there from Brendan Loughnane. Bubba lunging with the right hand.
And again, just the heart and determination for Bubba Jenkins to deal with that right leg, just being as compromised as it is.
Get back up, Bob.
He's hanging in there, and he's hanging in there very tough.
There's Dewey Cooper in the Jenkins corner.
There's almost a touch of desperation in Bubba Jenkins. He's letting his hands go way more in this round than he has. Changing his leads, being more elusive, level changes, making Brendan Loughnane guess a little.
Oh, and Loughnane attacking the other leg now because of Jenkins' stance switch. He's going to work on that other leg.
Oh.
Loughnane said he worked so hard, and his resting heart rate was at 30 for this camp. It was just ridiculous.
Yeah, that is insanely low.
Slick move there from Brendan Loughnane as he caught the kick and threw the right hand as he dropped it, but now Bubba Jenkins has landed 2 in a row.
Jenkins doing great work with that right hand. I tell you, whether it's the jab or the cross, whatever it is, that right hand doing a great work, whatever stance he's in.
There it is again. Back and forth they go. 2 minutes remain in the third round. And Brendan Loughnane kept saying, Bubba's only a 3-round fighter. Will we see rounds 4 and 5 in this championship duel?
This has been a beautiful display of mixed martial arts skill from both men. You would have no idea that these guys were friendly for most of the season.
Bubba telegraphed that shot a little bit, but he's in deep. Kind of surprised Brendan's not using a whizzer to pull him up. But what he's been doing has been effective, so why change it now?
Yeah, and I think that might be the last of the attempt from Bubba Jenkins. He's just not able to push off of that leg.
But he does back Brendan up with a double jab.
And all that hard work that he's been putting in on his striking with Dewey Cooper is paying off.
Oh, man. Night and day difference.
Yeah.
Any of the other fights we've seen him in.
As he would be a dead duck if he didn't have this striking on display right now.
Good combination there. Follows it up with that calf kick again, keeping Bubba Jenkins off balance. Brendan Loughnane continuing to attack the leg. Big combo.
Loughnane really finding his distance and range here against Bubba Jenkins. His confidence is increasing, and he's starting to increase the pressure.
He's just hampered the mobility of Bubba Jenkins so much now.
Oh, he's putting it on him now.
Big right hands.
Oh, beautiful body shot. That was nasty.
A couple of knees from Brendan Loughnane.
Bubba's
Bubba
in big
Jenkins
trouble.
survived these final 20 seconds of the third round.
Man, Jenkins is showing some serious heart here.
Unbelievable.
Looked like Loughnane may have stumbled off of his leg.
Tell you what, he's still explosive. That landed on the button.
He sure is.
A flurry to close it. 3 rounds down. Give me some more, please.
Four.
Fourth round. We're in the championship rounds now. $1 million on the line. 10 minutes potentially to decide it between Bubba Jenkins in the gray trunks and Brendan Loughnane in the green.
And we got to give kudos to the corner of Bubba Jenkins because they've done a great job of dealing with the swelling of that lead right leg on Jenkins. They've been monitoring it very well, putting ice in between rounds, managing the swelling the best that they can.
Absolutely, and swelling that, you can see it spread out.
Yep.
It's not as lumped up as big as it was.
He's still throwing it as a weapon. Bubba Jenkins is as tough as they come.
Imagine the pain he's dealing with right now. Put it in the box, put it to the side. Just keep moving forward.
He's eaten so many shots to that lead leg.
And now he switched his stance. Oh! Catches a kick, pursues a takedown here. Hammer fist from Loughnane will not concede anything in this wrestling. Limp legs and steps out, spins away again.
Loughnane's been going to the body with that front kick.
Yeah, he has. He's landed that teep many times in the first 3 rounds.
I'm wondering if he's setting up a high kick off of it.
Another nasty one to the low leg of Bubba's right.
Yeah, you see Jenkins starting to kind of try to parry that leg. His hands are dropping a little bit. And if Loughnane is on that, he's going to go upstairs with it last second, maybe with a question mark kick.
Good left hand there from Bubba Jenkins. Nice combination, finishes with a right hand for Loughnane. Cracks away at that low leg again.
And I think that's been the difference, just the volume from Brendan Loughnane, guys. You know, if Bubba lands 1 or 2, it's Loughnane landing 3 or 4.
That was a nice right on the chin. Oh, right hand. That hurt him bad.
Loughnane jumps on for the kill and pounds away with the right hand.
Oh, these are big right hands.
He lands a knee and that's it. Brendan Loughnane, 2022 PFL featherweight champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 2 minutes and 38 seconds of round number 4. For your winner by TKO and your 2022 PFL Featherweight World Champion, Brendan Loughnane.
Brendan Loughnane, 2022 PFL Featherweight Champion, and the CEO, Pete Murray, has one more thing to go with that belt. Brendan Loughnane, you're taking that beautiful belt and that $1 million back to Manchester with you. I see you're emotional right now. Tell me what you're feeling about this $1 million journey.
Bubba. You know what, bro? I really like this guy, man. It's unfortunate that, you know, we had to fight each other in the final. But I love this guy from the bottom of my heart. I really do. Congratulations, you deserve it. Thank you, man. Appreciate it, bro.
A hand for both of these fighters. A lot of anticipation for this featherweight title fight, and you absolutely delivered. Great display of sportsmanship. Your mom's here, your family's here. Tell me how you're feeling.
You know what? Forget the belt, forget the $1 million. It's about the performance. Like, that's 2 fights now against 2 high-level wrestlers that I've not been taken down.
So, well, I don't think I did anyway. Maybe I took a few shots, but I mean, I'm trying to prove how good I am. I believe I'm one of the best featherweights on planet Earth in any organization. I think I've shown it tonight.
I want to talk about the journey you've had, not only this year, we'll focus on this year, but last year, right? You and I talked, pull back the curtain a little bit. You and I talked, and you said, I don't know how you do it with this many fights back to back to back, and you had to make the changes so your body could handle it, so that you'd be ready to go through a full season.
Basically, I'm going to switch my phone off for the next 2 weeks. I'm not going to think of any fucking opponent. Sorry about the swearing. I'll probably get fined for that. Eduardo's looking at me. But no, it's a grind, man. This is the hardest competition in sport, never mind combat. Like 4 fights back to back. I come in this fight injured. I was in my last fight injured. I'm in every single fight injured. But let me just say something. This woman here and this woman here, my rocks. This woman spurred me on when we didn't have a pound in the bank. And now look what we've got. Now look what we've got. Do you know what I mean? After everything. Thank you very much, man. I love you.
Brendan, you told us. We know you wanted to win. We know you wanted to establish yourself as a top featherweight in the world, but every time we talked about what this would mean, you said, I want to change my life. I want to change my family's life. You've done it.
That's why I cry, man. I'm emotional, man. It's emotional, Sean. It's emotional. I just thank you to everybody. Thank you to you, Pete Murray, everybody at PFL. This is my 2nd season now. It's been the hardest thing I've ever done. All these people, man, that spent the money to come out here tonight. All these people that got on a flight from Manchester, buying hotels. Times are hard. COVID's just ended. And every single person here put money out their bank account to watch me perform. So this one's for you. Thank you.
And perform you did. PFL featherweight champion Brendan Loughnane taking a belt back to Manchester. Our tail of the tape for our 6th and final title fight is brought to you by Redcon One. Kayla Harrison is 4 years older than Larissa Pacheco. She is also 2 inches taller. Larissa Pacheco has a 3-inch reach advantage on the arms. A 4-inch advantage favors Kayla on the legs. Miguel Flores, one more time, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Hulu Theater at Madison Square Garden, it is now time for the PFL main event of the evening. And now it is for the 2022 PFL Women's Lightweight Championship. Introducing first in the blue corner, she is a BJJ specialist standing at 5 feet 6 inches tall. She weighed in at 154 1/4 pounds. With the record standing 18 victories opposite of 4 defeats, with 17 wins coming by way of stoppage. Fighting out of Marituba, Brazil, she is the #1 seed, and she was the 2019 PFL Women's Lightweight runner-up. Please welcome Larissa Pacheco. And now, introducing her opponent in the red corner, she is a judo specialist. Standing at 5 feet 8 inches tall, she weighed in at 154 1/2 pounds. Her record stands unbeaten. 15 victories with 12 wins coming by way of stoppage. Fighting out of Middletown, Ohio, she is the #2 seed. She is a 2-time Olympic gold medalist, a 2-time PFL Women's Lightweight champion. Here is Kayla Harrison. And the referee is Keith Peterson.
Keith Peterson will oversee our main event, equipped with the ref cam. Kayla Harrison in the blue, Larissa Pacheco in the gray. Harrison in her southpaw stance. orthodox for Larissa Pacheco.
Pacheco in a very low stance, trying to gauge the distance with that lead hand, staying nice and low, looking to try to set up that right hand.
Great night of fights so far. This will cap it all off. 4 of our 5 title bouts already in the books have ended by knockout or TKO.
Certainly a much more tempered approach by Larissa Pacheco for this one than we've seen in the last 5.
Yeah, there's that right hand firing. Yep, and Kayla doing a good job of feinting her way in, showing a lot of different movements, trying to keep Pacheco guessing to disguise that takedown.
We've had a lot of conversations about the improvements of Larissa Pacheco. It's harder to highlight improvements when you're talking about someone who's undefeated and who's dominant, but Kayla Harrison does continue to improve every time we see her. Larissa wears a kick, shrugs up a level change there from Kayla Harrison.
Oh, look at that beautiful Osotogari there by Kayla Harrison.
Steps right across, dumps Larissa Pacheco to her back, defends the armbar attempt.
Just effortless. When she hits those takedowns and that timing, it is a thing to watch.
That's a lifetime of experience.
Yeah.
She's witnessed right there.
Yeah. And that's the thing, she has that ability to, if she fails on a double leg or a single leg, she goes upstairs, controls her upper body, goes for a judo throw or a trip.
I think it's the more traditional wrestling takedowns that we've seen, the biggest improvement in her.
Yeah.
They are textbook now.
Yeah, it's given her yet another option, or several more options for takedowns.
Harrison going to work with her left hand. Her ground and pound is always efficient and brutal.
Pacheco's got to open her guard. She's got to get her legs back in this fight, create a scramble, try and find a way to get back up. She can't afford to give away a round after round after round on her back.
Yeah, Pacheco electing to close the guard and throw some strikes from her back.
Now she's gone to butterfly. Now she's trying to get her legs in the fight. She's got to create a scramble.
Closes the guard again. Hammer fist from the back. Gonna be tough to put away. Oh, big right hand from Kayla on top.
Yeah, Kayla doing a great job of mixing in chipping shots with big shots. Rhythm changes, excellent position to keep Larissa pinned on her back.
Big left again from Kayla. Good hammer fist from the bottom for Larissa. But if you're trading 1 for 1, being the person on the bottom is not always the best scenario.
Tough to generate a lot of power from your back. You can do that fairly well from your knees, but tough to do from your back.
Yeah, that's
right hand again. Solid punches from the top for Kayla Harrison.
Yeah, this is where Kayla Harrison wanted to box Larissa Pacheco. This is
exactly.
Put her on your back. I'll box you from here. How's that?
Absolutely correct. I love how she's keeping her posture, keeping her head up. She's not worried about laying down there, just keeping her on the mat. She's creating distance, creating space, and picking shots, and they're dandies.
Yeah, and with her head position over the head of Pacheco, she takes away a lot of the submission attempts that Pacheco can attempt. She's going for it, but she's just not going to get the position due to the posture of Harrison right here. Oh. A good guard retention from Pacheco, though. She's doing a good job of utilizing her frames and not allowing Harrison to get around a side control or even half guard.
Pacheco kicking at the legs of Kayla Harrison. Kayla responds in kind and comes down with a big left hand. And another. Now Kayla Harrison to the back of Larissa Pacheco.
Kayla doing a nice job. Keeping that posture, keeping those hips in, saddling into the back of those thighs of Larissa Pacheco. That's what allowed her to pass so easily.
Round 1 will come to a close with Kayla Harrison on the back of Larissa Pacheco. Round 2 of a possible 5 in our Women's Lightweight World Championship. Larissa Pacheco has not seen the second round in quite some time.
Ma'am, are you ready? Ma'am, are you
Kayla
ready?
Harrison
Fight.
in the blue. Pacheco in the gray. Pacheco in a southpaw stance, kicks the legs out from under Harrison and chases her with a flurry.
Yeah, took her leg out with that leg kick, almost like a foot sweep.
It's a sticky foot.
Yes.
That, and then,
oh!
Big left hand from Harrison.
Yeah, that was a great left hand.
High kick attempt there from Kayla.
This is where Kayla needs to get a little bit more patient, keep her composure, doesn't want to trade too much with someone like Pacheco. She's still going to be dangerous here early on.
Movement around the outside here for Kayla. Pacheco tries a low kick. Kayla moves out of the way. High kick attempt again from Kayla Harrison. She's gotten to a point where I think she's confident with that high kick. We see her throw it in almost every fight now.
she's probably landing that on some poor soul in the training environment. Nice double, nice level change. Good sprawl by Larissa.
Shoves the face of Kayla Harrison away. And survives that takedown attempt, at least for now.
It's a beautiful thing how she just transitions from upper body to lower leg attacks, then back again to upper body. Just seamless.
Her mistake in the double was she stopped on her knees. That allowed Larissa to get that distance.
There's a single leg attempt here.
Nice, on the pipe, beautiful job.
Oh, Sheymon on the neck.
Choke attempt.
Oh, get on top and north-south.
Kayla Harrison had to roll out of that choke attempt, and now Larissa Pacheco finds herself on top of the two-time champion. Side control here with an arm isolated between her legs.
Well, she can't let Kayla get that underhook
here. Kayla's got the single now. She's going to circle towards that single, try and drive through the hips of Larissa. Larissa's got the whizzer, pulls her up. Now they're back to their feet. Nice job by Larissa Pacheco attacking the neck.
Yeah, absolutely. She almost set up a Darce choke there as well. Great grappling exchanges by both ladies here.
Pacheco relocated her camp for this season to American Top Team in Atlanta. Training with the Limas, Cal, some other MMA dignitaries up there.
Kayla digging for the body lock. Got her hands locked, tried the trip. Larissa steps out of it.
Still got that body lock.
Nice, gonna try the inside trip there. Went outside, now she's tried inside. Now Pacheco down on the legs.
And this is where Larissa's gonna have to manage clinching with her and then disengaging.
Nice slip by Kayla. Ducked her head right out of trouble there.
Larissa's looking a little tired here though, guys.
It is.
Big breath there from Larissa Pacheco. One of the things, she's changed her physical makeup, as we've noted many times this year. Put on a lot more muscle, leaned her frame out a lot, but with a lot more muscle, if you're not continually getting used to pushing all the way to your VO2 max and really building up that lactic acid, it's hard to manage when you got a bunch of new weight.
The 5 first-round knockouts hadn't helped her develop any of that, that's for sure.
And just from a comfort level, you know, not having been there mentally, it can mess with you a little bit. It's a blessing and a curse having a lot of early finishes.
Oh, right hand landed there for Pacheco. She caught Kayla coming in for a kick.
Best combination of the fight so far for Pacheco.
More right hands, and Kayla looks to be stumbled. She catches a kick.
Oh,
and throws a left hand back.
Pacheco now starting to throw with really bad intentions here.
Landed another right hand. She's got Kayla Harrison backing up.
Pacheco finding her range. There's a double, nice sprawl.
And another
second
shot
effort by Kayla. One headlock now.
Oh,
comes out.
wow. Beautiful grappling exchanges there.
Little peek out by Pacheco to end up on top. Kayla captures the arm, trying to keep it from coming all the way around. and establishing that top position.
Very short time here. Kayla's going to try an armbar late. Pacheco spins out of it. And we will finish at a stalemate with Larissa Pacheco pounding away on the body of Kayla Harrison. Round 2. Round 3, Kayla Harrison, the two-time champion in the blue, Larissa Pacheco in the gray. Harrison coming in aggressively with strikes. Grabs a single. Pacheco with some big hammer fists. Harrison hanging heavy on this right leg of Larissa Pacheco.
Runs the pipe. Nice job by Harrison. Running the pipe. Pacheco trying to kick her over. Scrambling, not conceding the position. Absolutely the right attitude.
And she's staying busy with those shots. Those are heavy shots from bottom.
Pounding away from the bottom.
Find a triangle.
Throw her leg up for a triangle. Kayla Harrison continuing to wrestle through some big-time impacts from those hammer fists.
Kayla trying to push that leg down, step up and over. Larissa Pacheco is onto it. She's shown some excellent guard retention, and she has stayed very busy off of her back, something you don't see against Kayla Harrison.
But now 4 minutes left in this round, and Larissa Pacheco is on her back. Kayla Harrison on top. We saw the heavy ground and pound in round number 1.
And this may very well... Sorry, Randy, go ahead.
Saw Pacheco get her legs into the fight earlier in this. She needs to get her legs back in the fight, create some space, create those scrambles, and find that way to get back up. She's done it twice.
Yeah, 100%, because this is only going to make Kayla that much more comfortable and allow her to settle in, pace herself, recompose, and land shots from this top position. And yes, Larissa is scoring from bottom, but again, you have gravity on your side. You have the ability to let your opponent carry your weight, and that takes its toll. But Larissa, wow! Triangle attempt here.
She's got behind the arm step. Lockup does not have the arm across the front for Kayla Harrison yet, but she can still squeeze and finish.
She might be switching, transitioning to a shoulder lock from this position.
Trying to get that arm across.
Now trying to get that arm across.
Kayla's got posture now.
Yep. She can stand straight up, Randy, and keep her head above her head. She can escape, but those are some strong legs from Larissa Pacheco.
Larissa Pacheco squeezing away, trying to get Kayla Harrison's left arm across her own body to finish this triangle choke.
It's getting a little bit tighter here.
She's tightening it up for sure.
Yeah.
Looking that arm across. Kayla better start figuring out how to get out here. She's postured again. She slipped it. She's almost out.
She needs to stand up. She needs to go right to her feet and stand right up.
That other arm.
Larissa trying to transition to an arm lock now. Kayla's going to get out of it. Now transition to omoplata. Kayla just circling all the way around, which is the proper escape.
And that is a big effort from Larissa Pacheco. How much gas did that take out of the tank?
That took a lot.
Well, this may very well come down to conditioning here, guys.
Kayla Harrison
now
facing more adversity than we've seen in 15 pro fights so far, but passing the test.
Now in half guard with an underhook. She's trying to advance position.
Kayla Harrison looking for mount, trying to slide that knee through. Larissa Pacheco binding in, locked down, full mount now for Kayla Harrison.
With almost 90 seconds left in this third round.
Will she take the risk and go for the arm bar?
Larissa needs to be careful to not extend those arms too much. She's trying to frame on the face of Kayla Harrison. Kayla doing a good job of grapevaining her legs and getting posture.
Kayla binding away, bringing that forearm across the cheek, making Larissa's life miserable there.
She's setting up an arm triangle here.
Trying to get the arm triangle.
Larissa gets her arm back in a position. Smart decision there from Larissa.
Kayla Harrison chipping away on top. Still in the mount.
High mount now. Raining those shots.
Will it be enough?
19 seconds.
Larissa punching from out here.
It's the time to use the fence.
Final 10 seconds of this third round. Kayla will finish this one on top. We'll head to the championship round. A championship decision loss for Larissa Pacheco in 2019. Fight. A regular season loss for Larissa Pacheco. They'll try to avoid the scorecards here.
Oh, nice right hand, left hand actually from Kayla. Level change and right into that left hand.
Larissa Pacheco appears to have got some wind back on the stool. Right hand lands as Kayla throws a kick. Harrison presses forward.
And it's those little exchanges, it's that kind of defense that's going to add to the confidence level of Larissa Pacheco as this fight moves on. But my goodness, it's been back and forth, a lot of action. How is her conditioning here as we are into the fourth round?
Well, if we ever had a question of whether she could take a punch, Kayla Harrison's proved that.
Yeah.
She can definitely take a shot.
And Kayla has
nice double,
big
keeps
shots
her head
as well.
moving this time. Runs out of room.
And now Larissa Pacheco tries to grab the front choke here.
Kayla's got her hands, she's got her wrists, so she's got her neck protected. Nice job of keeping her feet moving across the cage that time to finish the double. She run out of real estate.
Yeah, and for Larissa, she really should have fallen to the side that Kayla's head is on. That's what's going to allow you to either get a sweep or finish that choke. She went to the wrong side. Kayla defending that beautifully.
She's got her leg back now. She's going to go back at the quarter. She's going to stand up.
Nice work by Pacheco to get back up and reach
Kayla
out
right back in.
Good sprawl though from Larissa Pacheco. She got Kayla stuck under her for now, hanging heavy.
And
on that.
Larissa had her opportunity, Sean, to break away and disengage. Oh, she's now trying to attack the back. Look at this.
Larissa Pacheco trying to set up a rear naked choke here.
Kayla hung on to that single too long. It's a lot of energy to spend, especially in the fourth round. She let go of the single that allowed Kayla to, Larissa to spin behind.
And Larissa should transition to top position here.
She's kind of on the side, and Kayla spins out.
Yep.
It's on top into the guard.
She hung out there for a little bit too long.
Which happens when you're tired, and we're in the championship rounds.
Oh, look at this. Larissa fighting back to her feet. What a fight.
Somebody's hair bands have come out.
Yeah. It's got to be Kayla's.
Yeah, that's true.
Pacheco keeping her hand down on the mat, preventing Kayla's ability to throw knees from this position.
Kayla should sprawl, pull Larissa to her knees. Sprawl back, pull her down, jangle to her knees, and she might be able to attack that neck. She's going to try and step across again. There you go, sprawl hard, pull her down. Nice, that's nice work right there.
Larissa's smart to stay close to the cage, trying to use it as a block or a wall here, but I think Kayla's got the angle on her.
Kayla's got one hook in, she had to let it out. Nice job by Pacheco getting back to her feet.
Yep.
Tripoding up.
At one point, the live odds in this fight were a minus 1450 for Kayla Harrison. They may have gone higher, I might just not have noticed. Now, look at that switch.
Switch attempt by Pacheco.
And Larissa has fought her way back all the way to minus 350. It was lower than that just a minute ago. Now she's on top. Wow. Wow. Larissa Pacheco inside control here. Kayla Harrison flat on her back.
And she was saying a lot of people are sleeping on my jiu-jitsu and my ground skills. And she's using it tonight here against Kayla. Has had some beautiful reversals and attacks.
Pacheco trying to set up an arm triangle here.
Less than 1 minute in this fourth round.
A lot of people wrote off Larissa Pacheco tonight. They said it was going to be a cakewalk for Kayla Harrison. And they have been proven wrong.
Take a look at the ghost cam here.
Oh, Kayla out the back door, almost.
Pacheco going to work on the body, heavy right hands, as she tries to maintain top position for the final 30 seconds of this round.
Tell you what, Pacheco's still hitting very hard.
And there's a big hands on the separation. Pacheco still chasing down the big strike.
Nice double leg by Kayla Harrison. Use the forward momentum of Pacheco to get in deep. Can she finish it? A lot of gas been used in this fight into the fourth round.
But still fighting hard.
Yeah.
And we will head to the fifth and final round. 2 goes to Pacheco. The algorithm says round 3 goes to Harrison and round 4 goes to Pacheco. FPR says 2-2, Kenny.
Did Pacheco threaten you? I think she came over.
I believe she
said
did.
something in Portuguese. I want to knock you out.
That's fine with me. Just keep fighting the way you've been fighting. This is what we signed up for in the first PFL pay-per-view. Pacheco landed one on the exit there.
Tell you what, Pacheco did her homework for this one. And Kayla has shown tremendous toughness and conditioning here.
For someone who took a lot of heat for being quote-unquote untested in her career, I think Kayla Harrison can leave that behind after tonight. Larissa Pacheco has given Kayla everything she can handle, and she has answered the call as she enters for another takedown attempt.
Pacheco doing a good job of checking the hips of Kayla Harrison so far. Now putting Harrison's back up against the cage. But these are the situations where you'd like to see her get head position and disengage, because that's what's going to happen if you hang out in the clinch for too long with Kayla.
Kept those double overhooks. I saw the step across coming, trying to create that salto and throw Pacheco to the mat. Pacheco did a great job of countering. Not a lot of people are going to counter that.
No.
She got right back up. Kayla Harrison still has her hands locked around over-under on Larissa Pacheco's body. Now pressing the Brazilian to the cage.
Nice re-pummel by Pacheco.
She's landed a couple nice knees up the middle.
Nice mixing of her strikes there from Kayla Harrison.
Hammer fist from the top here. Larissa Pacheco going to work again. Still a lot of spice on every one of her strikes.
Second and third efforts by Kayla to try and finish this takedown. Taking a lot of hammer fists. Head outside single now.
Hanging heavy on this attempt, and Larissa Pacheco is making her pay for it. Almost halfway through round number 3. Can Kayla Harrison finish this takedown?
Round number 5, buddy.
Excuse me, round number 5.
Kayla trying to finish this crackdown, but that sprawl is nasty for Pacheco as she tries to take over.
It's a lot of gas under somebody holding on to that leg for that long.
And this is where you got to wonder, why is Pacheco engaging here? Why isn't she just trying to get back to her feet?
Because she's got the far side wrist right. She's got control of the defense, at least half of it from Kayla. And now she's going to work.
But this is where we've seen Kayla escape and get on top from this position.
And now again, Pacheco too much to the side.
Body triangle. Oh,
Kayla's going to get on top here. Kayla's going to get on top. This is what I'm talking about.
Kayla got her hips up before she could lock that in.
But bad decision there by Pacheco. Kayla just so feisty, looking for that top position.
Larissa Pacheco continues to fight off of her back.
Using her legs. Trying to keep that space.
Oh, nice frame there by Pacheco.
Inside 90 seconds now. Can Pacheco work herself back to her feet or to a top position? Harrison grinds her way into the guard of Larissa Pacheco. Look at that. We're at even money on the live betting odds right now.
Oh, wow.
With 1 minute remaining in this championship fight in the 5th round.
Wow. Amazing fight.
Pacheco trying to frame away, trying to set up a triangle choke here. Kayla's aware of it. She has good head position here.
Pacheco taking one last breath before the final 30 seconds. And then she goes to work with the hammer fists again.
I tell you what, it's going to be hard to score this fight because Pacheco has been very effective and aggressive off of her back.
She sure has.
She's landed more off of her back in this round at least than Kayla has from the top, even as Harrison puts one over with the right hand. And now the lockdown from Larissa Pacheco.
Yep, and she's got that arm across with Kayla.
Squeezing it down on the two-time champion. We'll go to the final bell. An incredible women's lightweight world champion.
Wow.
Now, Larissa Pacheco and Kayla Harrison hug it out after an epic battle.
What?
Unbelievable fight. I do not envy the judges their decision ability right now. Larissa feels like she's done enough. Her coach, Jucao, feels the same way, carrying her around as if victorious. A much more subdued Kayla Harrison, clearly exhausted from a grueling back and forth battle. The anticipation is thick here at Hulu Theater in the Madison Square Park. Let's take a look at the Geico Cageonomics stats bundle before I reveal for you FPR. Larissa Pacheco landed 99, Kayla Harrison landed 106. The takedowns favoring Kayla Harrison. Pacheco had several sweeps, several submission attempts, and look at that, fighter performance rating gives rounds 2, 4, and 5 to Larissa Pacheco. We may be on the verge, Kenny Florian, pending the official decision of one of the biggest upsets in mixed martial arts history. Heath Peterson has both fighters in the center of the PFL Smart Cage. The Women's Lightweight Championship belt is waiting. The president of Fighter Operations, Ray Scheffel, is climbing in. I can't see the giant check just yet. And Miguel Flores has the official
Ladies
decision.
and gentlemen, after 5 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges are in agreement, 48-47 for your winner by unanimous decision. And now, the 2022 PFL Women's Lightweight Champion, Larissa Pacheco!
Coming out of it.
Larissa Pacheco just pulled off one of the biggest upsets in the history of our sport. The belt around Larissa Pacheco's shoulder. PFL CEO Pete Murray and President of Fighter Operations Ray Scheffel, and a $1 million check for Larissa. Larissa Pacheco, a lot of this crowd is stunned right now by the upset, but you're not surprised, are you?
Larissa, muita gente aqui está surpresa, mas eu imagino que você não.
Ah, eu sabia que que eu ia lutar hoje essa noite contra todo mundo, mas eu queria dizer muito obrigado, porque assim eu conquisto vocês da melhor maneira mostrando meu trabalho.
I knew today I was fighting not just Kayla, but everyone in here. So I'd like to thank everyone, because in putting this performance, I earned my trust. I earned fans putting in my work.
Larissa, you've been part of the PFL, grinding away for this exact opportunity. What does it mean to you to be holding that belt and $1 million?
O que significa para você? Você está aqui já há tanto tempo procurando a sua oportunidade. O que significa para você estar com esse cinturão e esse cheque na sua frente?
Significa a realização de um sonho, a realização aí de uma carreira que já não é de hoje, né? Eu comecei tendo 16 anos de idade e poder chegar hoje num grande momento desse, ganhando um grande prêmio, fazendo o que eu amo, não tem nenhum tipo de explicação.
It's the culmination of a career. It's the culmination of a dream. I dedicated my life to this sport. I started at the age of 16. To be able to have this belt on my shoulder and this check in front of me, it means the world to me.
You're only 28 years old. You have a ton of experience, and now you have a world championship. This journey has been incredible. You've made it through a season, and you're now the world lightweight champion. How does that sound?
Você é nova, 28 anos, já entendeu? São temporadas aqui com a PFL, agora campeão do mundo. Como é que tá se sentindo? Como é que isso soa na sua cabeça?
Só que eu ainda tenho mais uns anos para trabalhar aí, para melhorar. Foi uma grande luta. Eu a respeito demais, ela é uma grande atleta. E como ela disse uma vez, como eu motivo ela a ser melhor, ela me motiva a ser melhor.
I mean, this is, like I said, it's a culmination of a great career. This belt just motivates me to work even harder. I got a lot more to do in this sport, and just like Kayla said before, I've always made her a better competitor. Well, she's always made me a better competitor, and she drove me to this moment right now.
Congratulations, Larissa Pacheco, women's lightweight world champion and $1 million winner, and she says the new queen